Welcome to another episode of Leon and Friends D&D 5e, where I, your Dungeon Master Leon, take a bunch of engineer and aspiring engineer friends into the wonderful world of Dungeons and Dragons. Quick recap: last two sessions, I believe, was the ending of each of our party member, or rather, each half of the party completing their contracts for the Hunter's Pride. Even further back than that. As our adventurers came into Wiham, they slew a multiple-headed creature with relative ease, thankfully, but unfortunately the creature was a quarry belonging to another group within the city of Wiham called the Brass Lion's Tooth. The creature itself was a contract, a mark for the Brass Lion's Tooth, so by slaying the creature, the party members kind of stepped in on the Hunter's Pride territory and breached their contract. So to make up for this slight, the party members Bliatov and Magnus went to the Hunter's Pride, talked to Agatha Mendracolt, where they talked to her, and instead of going to the police authority within the city, instead they took two contracts for the one contract that they breached. So one contract had to deal with a killer within the city of Wiham. The other was a white-scaled ice dragon, not too far, about 2-3 days worth of travel from the city of Wiham. So the past two sessions was pretty much a wrap-up of those two sessions, and that's pretty much where we left off. So let me just go ahead and can we skip this? There we go. So, if I remember correctly, Bliatov and Rithmai, you guys were struck by that creature you were hunting, right? Both of you?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Rithmaya?
Yeah.
You were hit by the creature that you were hunting, right?
Yeah. I think like twice or something.
Because you guys were hit by that creature, for the next couple of days, you guys try to get restful sleep for you, Bliatov, restful trance. But unfortunately, each time that you attempt to do so, every night has been pretty much like an onset of nightmares and hallucinations, making it almost difficult to get some rest. Therefore, you guys get no long rest, and your resources are not back to full.
After first, can I talk to Nibiru about this?
Sure. It would make sense to, sake of simplicity, you guys, it is the holy city. So you guys, approach Nibiru, talk to several clerics, talk to several mages. No, not mages, sorry. Clerics, religious authorities, trying to get this straight away. And, yeah, it would make sense for you guys to eventually clear up this condition. You guys are literally in the seed, the holy center of a Torah, essentially. So go ahead and give yourselves full resources, just for the sake of simplicity. You guys are literally in what is like real world Jerusalem, essentially. So for the next 3 or 4 days, you guys wait for the impending return of your other half of the party, and eventually they do come. Maximus, Nicobolas, Crush, and Osas. Eventually, you guys make it through the eastern walls of Wiham. So what would you guys like to do? You guys have just entered the city walls.
I guess we'll be heading to either meet up with the rest of the party or hand in the contract. Oh, no, hand in the contract, yeah. That's the time limit.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna split off from you guys, and I'm gonna head to George's house.
Sure. As you guys, so where's the rest of the three of you headed towards right now? Which is Nicobolas, Crush, and Osas.
Hunter's Pride.
So you guys are going straight to Hunter's Pride?
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys head towards, as the three of you head towards the Hunter's Pride with Nicobolas as a guide, easy enough. Takes about 30 minutes. Eventually, you guys reach the stony building that belongs to the Tempest District, the Warforged District of Wiham. What is Bleatov and Earth Maya doing right now?
Well, we would have had to go there before this, right? Because our contract ends soon.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what happened with our contract?
For the sake of simplicity, let's just lump you guys together right now. How about that?
Alright.
Uh,
Alright, then we'll
So
be
I'll say, as
outside.
the three of you approach the Hunter's Pride, passing through the thoroughfare, through the Sentinels of Wiham, through the common folk, eventually you guys make it to the building with Arithma and Bleatov waiting at the front.
What up?
Yes?
What up?
Oh, he said what up?
For you, Maximus, you kind of split off, heading towards... Give me a history check. Let's see if you even remember where George's house is.
Oh crap.
First roll of the night, 19. Yeah, sure, 19. You make your way through. It's a new city to you, however, you kind of get like a good gist of where things are, especially George's house. Eventually, you do find your way to his house, and you make it over. And before you is a simplistic house that belongs to George.
Can I knock on the door?
Sure. You knock on the door, and you hear a voice from within, male voice, probably George's, beckoning you to come in.
Alright, I enter.
You open the door, and before you, relatively clean, kind of cozy, small abode. You were here last time, so you do know the layout of the house. You're currently like in some like small foyer kind of area, and you remember his bedroom was off to the side.
Yeah, is he still in his bedroom?
Absolutely, that guy had a near-death experience.
Yep, I had 2 in the last 2 days.
That is true. But George, like I said last time, you guys were a lot more well-equipped, well-prepared, well-trained.
Yeah.
George's group was not.
Is it his woman there too, or no?
Yes.
Alright, so I enter and give my greetings.
You enter, and the elven kind of descent person, you're not sure if it's half-elf or elf, but she's sitting there. This time not in full armor, more like commonplace garb, kind of sitting beside George. And you see George looking a little bit better. Still, you see he has several more bandages, not soaked in dry blood this time, but he looks better than what you saw him as a couple days ago.
Alright, so I want to hand him the scale I took, and
Sure.
Just say we did it.
You hand him the scale, which, by the way, it's cold to the touch. And he takes it, and he looks at you, and he nods. I'm guessing you did it?
Yeah, we got him. Thanks for your information.
And you hear him sigh a breath of relief, and he looks at the female, who you do not know the name of. And he nods to her, and then nods at you, and very kind of somber tone. He says, "Thank you."
Is this female the elf?
Yes.
The guard that we were there before, right?
Yes.
George, could I ask you a favor?
Anything.
Don't take offense to this, but find a different line of work when you get better. You have someone here who actually cares about you, so don't go out hunting dragons anymore.
Yeah, he takes a look at her, takes a look at you, and you see kind of like a sheepish smile, and he nods. Thank you. I'll consider it.
And I just say good day and leave.
Do you have inspiration?
I do not.
Go ahead and give yourself inspiration.
Hey.
So
No.
you bid yourself good day, and you turn around. This time the female elven character doesn't seem. At first she was a little rough around the edges, but this time around she seemed a little less upset, which is good.
You said that he's not fully healed, right?
No. So
as a token of gratitude, can I
You're not
can I
there.
use
You're not there.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So
put up
Maximus,
my
what are you doing now? Now that you've exited this scene.
I guess I'm gonna see if I can catch up to them since I knew they were
Okay.
heading to Hunter's, right?
Sure. You make your way to the Hunter's Pride. Meanwhile, the rest of you, the 6 of you, Bleatov, Arithmaya, Crush, Nicobolas, and Osas. I think I got everyone. That's it. No, that's 5. Am I missing someone? Oh, and Magnus, of course, Magnus. Who, for our 3.5 viewers out there, Magnus, played by Ali, is not here for tonight. So the 6 of you are at the Hunter's Pride. You guys are outside the structure.
So, how did that dragon go, guys?
Rather successful. We completed the contract.
Wait, where's Maximus?
I even got his coal eye out of it.
I got some teeth, I think. Check it.
Oh, guess you guys fulfilled the contract, I see.
How about you guys?
Your tone doesn't sound.
Funny story that you mentioned that!
Oh, they failed.
Yeah, we kinda did. We
Wow.
fucked up.
Was it your fault, Arithmaya?
Wow. Why do you assume I'm the one at fault? Okay, kinda. I was okay. Maybe.
So I want to
Exactly.
whisper to him and be like,
Whisper to who?
to Kenny, to
To Arithmaya.
Arithmaya. How
What?
Okay.
fast can you run?
How fast can I run?
They're gonna want to arrest you. Maybe.
Assume. Well, it's daytime right now, right?
Yo, bitch, better be shadow stepping.
I look
Wait,
up.
that's right,
I see,
daylight.
I look up. I see the sun. I'm like, I won't be able to run these guys.
You better start climbing walls.
Oh,
Thank you,
also
this is
as a small detail to Arithmaya and Bleatov, during your stay here, you've noticed some of the crew members that belongs to Charles Marlowe, has
Oh.
shown up and started gathering supplies. Looks like
Shit.
it's time to move soon.
Oh, okay. Me and Bleatov see that, right?
Yes, it's apparent they don't stand in with this crowd of people here. So go ahead. Sorry for cutting you guys off.
Nah, it's okay. Yeah. We found the killer. Except that Magnus kind of, in a fit of rage, crushed its head or something like that with a hammer.
So
by the way-
what exactly was your contract?
Find the killer who has been terrorizing the city.
Just find
Did
it.
bring him back alive?
No,
No.
kill him.
I thought it was just fine.
No, kill him.
So technically, you.
Technically, we did, but not with the weapon not with the weapon that we were supposed to kill with.
Do you still have the body?
Funny story.
Who ate it?
It
What?
disappeared.
What?
I've
It turned to
actually
dust.
I've actually seen it after Magnus kind of like killed it. It dissipated, turned into like particles of dust and such.
Do I at least know what the picture was?
Oh, so your ass failed. Okay.
You're
The
asking
picture,
what
I'll
picture?
tell you about it later. I'm not gonna mention it in this city.
Yeah.
Was it the devil?
Don't ask. That.
I'm like, bro, this is a holy city. What are you saying?
Wait, bro, for real.
Exactly why I'm asking. Was it the devil?
Let's not proceed any further than that.
All right.
The devil.
All right. Shall we get going inside?
We at least have one successful contract to turn in.
I don't know.
Which we almost failed.
I don't know what that bitch is gonna say.
So
Let's not tell
So-
her that you're the one that fucked up.
So you guys walk in, and before you is the lobby to Hunter's Pride. There's a desk immediately in front, about 5-10 feet away. Some chairs to the side as you enter. But behind the desk, there's like a cabinet filled with different books, different kind of like, inkwells, a bunch of different assortment of things. And between the desk and the shelf is Ghana.
Ghana.
If you guys don't remember, Ghana is an elven humanoid female with messy white hair, bright blue eyes, relatively small yet pointy ears, wearing plain clothing and looking as bored as ever. As you guys walk through, she makes eye contact with you, Nicobolas, and you kind of make an insight check. How about that?
Yeah. Oh no. I'm kind of like trying to hide a little bit from her.
Yo, she looking at that D?
If you want to hide, try to hide. Give me a stealth check. 1. Natural 1. First natural 1 of the night. If you want to try to hide from her, roll stealth.
Yeah, let's see if this is gonna go.
5.
You can't find that
Natural 1 insight. Natural. What is that? 4.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a 420.
Oh, it is a
Oh
420.
shit! Hold on. It is indeed a 420. Okay, all right. So back to that narrative. As the party enters and you guys are unceremoniously greeted by the very bored Ghana. Nicobolas, you managed to avert her gaze by kind of like mixing in with the rest of your party members, relatively larger people, especially the 2 dragonborns. With your 420 roll, yeah, you avert her gaze. She looks at the party and with a very unenthusiastic tone, welcome back. Would you like to speak to Agatha by any chance?
Yes.
Alright, well, she is upstairs down the hall. You know where to find her, right?
Yes.
Well, go on.
I'll be
Let's
there.
go, guys. Let's go.
You guys kind of like
she
single
mentioned-
file line, make your way up to the second floor where you guys are greeted by there's like 2 passages, one left, one right. To the right there's like several doors lining the hallway, and at the very end a slightly ajar door that leads to Agatha's office.
Knock, knock.
Who's first? Let's go.
Alright, the successful group go.
Oh, we're going.
Oh yeah, who did pick up all the dragon parts?
Is Maximus with us right now?
Maximus and the whole party's here. Sans, Riley and Lady Lionheart's probably not here either. And Whiskey Jack's not here as well.
I think it was Crush.
No, but the dragon group, everybody's here, right?
Everyone's here except for the
Oh.
the ones I
Okay.
mentioned.
Gotcha.
So again, to the left and right are 2 hallways, kind of like in an L shape. The right is like littered with doors, and then at the very end is a slightly ajar door to Agatha's office.
Okay, successful group, go in. I nudge Crush like, big boy, get inside.
I walk through the door.
Alright, so you
What's your manners?
Crush, you not even knocking, just walk through the ajar door.
Oh my god.
Inside you are
Howdy.
met with the office of Agatha Mendracold. These deep-seated kind of crimson walls. There's like behind, so about 10-20 feet away from you is her desk, wooden, looks old. Beyond that is a window, very large kind of window, kind of gives you like a nice landscape of or would give you a nice landscape if it wasn't surrounded by all these city walls and whatnot. Above that window is a mantle. You see the head of a what appears to be a very large. You don't know exactly what the beast is, but it looks like something that's been slain and turned into like a nice decorative piece. Between the window and the desk is Agatha Mendracold, her back turned to you. You can see her horns kind of like moving around her head, and her hair falling in front of those horns. Again, her back turned towards you, and her hands clasped behind her back.
What time of the day is it?
It's about between morning and afternoon.
So would it suffice to say good
It's-
afternoon or good morning?
probably it doesn't. It's definitely maybe yeah. Afternoon, noon is fine.
Alright, so I hit her with a good afternoon, Miss Agatha.
And as you say that, again, her back still turned to you. I care to knock next time.
Yeah, that's my bad.
And she turns around. You see her kind of raise an eyebrow raised. Well.
Is the rest of the party behind me?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
We were just gone.
You guys just kind of like sift your way through into the room, and what you guys see before you is a somewhat agitated Agatha, especially since someone didn't knock on her door.
so we just came back from the expedition, the dragon journey, and
Yes.
we slayed the dragon with the promised weapon.
And you have the pieces that was requested in the contract.
Yes. And I give, do I say specifically, or I could just give all of them?
Sure. So just go ahead and minus what's in the contract from your inventory. Are you
Okay.
carrying in your inventory?
Yeah.
You have it written down, so just go ahead and minus everything as you begin
So-
laying out the pieces. Which, by the way, usually regular carcasses rot over time. Excuse me. This white dragon's pieces still
Fresh as fuck.
not as like super fresh, but definitely the process of decay is definitely slowed, which is a little unnatural and a little unnerving. But you do like lay out the pieces before her, and you see her kind of patting her chest, and you see her pull out like a pair of what seems to be like these little tiny glasses, and she looks over the pieces of the dragon that you slew. And as she's looking at them, you see her kind of with her hand kind of waving for something, probably the contract.
The contract? What?
The contract, and she kind of like looks at you with an agitated look.
Yeah. Yeah, and give back that contract as well.
As she's looking at the pieces of the dragon, she unfurls the contract and she begins reading it. And what about the knife?
Oh no, we had an arrow.
Oh, you did
we
have
had
an
arrow.
Let me please have the arrow.
Okay.
I give her the arrow.
Sure.
There you
You give her the arrow, and she kind of takes it from you, lays it on the table, and right now she's still scanning the dragon pieces and counting, and then looking at the contract every now and then, and you see her begin nodding. All right. Well, this is satisfactory work. Now, as for the pay, and she kind of looks at the dragon party, which is Nicobolas, Crush, Osas, and Maximus.
Yes, sir.
As for the pay, the original pay for this contract was a whopping sum total of 600 gold. However, because this is a special case and, well, you know the reasons, I will only offer half of it.
Okay.
How about we just go
Alright,
to terms
I
of
guess
letting-
we take
letting
it.
us go. Oh, wait.
Alright.
I wanted to tap on Osas's back.
Yeah.
It's like, how about we try to make it so we don't have to worry about the other contract that was failed?
And as you guys are kind of like whispering, talking to one another, she procures like this relatively looking heavy pouch of gold and kind of like lays in front of you guys, and it makes a very loud, like, it makes quite a sound as it connects with the table. The 300 gold pieces, they are all yours.
Okay.
Now for the other contract. For the other contract, and she looks at you, Bleetov.
I whisper, never mind.
What?
I'll throw y'all in the bus. Oh shit.
I just peered
Left.
through the door. I'm like,
Bro, what? Anyway. So, no, our contract wasn't completed properly.
CC has actually visited me about your contract. and you see her kind of adjust the glasses that she has on her face now. And at this point, she sits at her desk, and you see her arms crossed, and she's kind of like leaning on the table a bit, and you can see her eyes, which are like an unnatural color, being she is very clearly a tiefling. So I think, is this your first meeting with a tiefling? I believe, guys. I think this is first, right?
Yes.
Oh,
it's first.
then we meet with
Well,
Agatha,
for
right?
you
Not
met.
for tomorrow.
And
Oh yeah, Arithmai, you.
That's not my
also,
first time.
Yeah, that's true.
and all of us had a wait. None of us.
Wait,
well, none of the
wait.
OGs, because all of us had Thrawn in our party.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that is true. So this is your second encounter for most of you with encountering a tiefling. But again,
Are you talking about just our characters now? No, wait, my character never seen one.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
true. 1 second. So you guys kind of see her leaning in, her silver eyes, almost cat-like in nature, and her dark red hair, and her light blue skin, kind of against the light, kind of pouring in from behind her. A little unnatural and a little unnerving, and she has this expression of disdain. Cece has visited me and recommended that I do not reprimand you for your performance. You told me that despite not completing the contract, you did fulfill the service to the town, to the city of Wiham, and I appreciate what he said to me, and I think we can all say that the city does appreciate what you did for what you guys did for our city. However, you did not complete the contract, so for that I cannot compensate you. However, what I can offer is that I won't go forward with the authorities on your failure with the contract. How does that sound?
So
It sounds fair to me. I take the blade and put it on the desk.
Yeah, alright, so you put the blade, which she kind of takes, and with like 2 fingers on her thumb, and kind of drops into her drawer. Now, is there any other business that we have? And you see this kind of look of what am I trying to say here?
I don't know.
Kind of like this impatient look.
No, I look at the party. I don't think we have much time left, so we should probably head out.
Oh yeah, we really don't do have much time. We gotta leave.
And I take the gold.
Alright, 300 gold
And-
pieces.
Yeah, 300 gold pieces. Okay.
To you, and she looks at the dragon party. Very, very satisfactory work. If you ever want to come here and work again, you are more than welcome to pick up contracts here.
Okay, thank you.
To the rest of you, if
Can
you,
I offer a handshake?
you offer her a handshake, and she looks at your hand, and then looks at you.
That hurt me.
And I guess she looks at the dragon party. To those of you who slew the dragon, you are more than welcome to come back and do take any contracts to service Wiham. To the rest of you, as she looks at Bliatov, Arithmia, Lady Lionheart isn't here, and Magnus. She looks at the 3 of you and kind of gestures to the door.
Wait, did you say Magnus
Get the
or
fuck out.
was here?
I smile and
And you like 180 and you leave.
I
Leaves
give
off
you
the room.
a smile for you.
Alright, so you guys all leave the room, I assume?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys leave the room, and thankfully, with the help of Investigator CC, you guys are not going to be thrown in jail.
Yeah, we're not going to
breaching
jail.
the
We're not going to jail.
contract.
We're not going to.
So next time you see him, you might want to thank CC. So you guys all collectively leave, I assume, the Hunter's Pride. You guys find yourselves in the main thoroughfare in the northern portion of the city, between the Warforged district and I forget the other name. The Warforged district and the Morningside. What would you guys like to do?
What
what time is it?
It's about like in the better like later parts of afternoon.
Like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock?
Yeah. And
How long
it
do you
takes
have to
about
go?
half a day to get back to it took a half a day to get from the ship to the city. So if you guys were to leave now, you guys would probably get there around nighttime.
So when do we have to leave?
Today, actually.
Alright, guys. Well, I saw some of the men from the ship there.
We should
Oh
probably
yeah,
just-
Blaze Top and Rithma. Again, you saw crew members
probably-
of the ship procuring, supplies. They brought like a wagon full of supplies, essentially.
We should probably head back. They got their supplies for the ride back, so we don't have much time left before they leave without us. Let's go get.
So
Lady
Riley's not with
Lionheart.
you, and Lady Lionheart's not with you guys.
Let's go.
I was gonna
let's go with
say-
the rest of the guys.
Are they at
No,
the Temple of Platinum, I assume?
Yes.
Probably.
Alright, when we go pick them up, would you mind giving me 5 minutes just to talk to, blanking on his name?
Nibiru?
Nibiru.
Sure.
Of course.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna split off and talk to someone else nearby.
Okay. Who wants to go first then?
I'm going to CC's office.
Okay, so who wants to go first?
I'll go.
So, Bleatov, you split off from the main party from your other comrades, and you make your way into the Hall of Sentinels, the headquarters for the Sentinels of Wiham. At this point, you're relatively, thanks to the work that you did for the city, some of the guards, some of the people, even the front desk attendant, know you by face now. So they let you in with relative ease. You make your way through the several hallways, several corridors, and find yourself in front of the door with kind of like a cloudy window, and at the emblazoned within the window itself, it says Investigator CC.
So I knock.
Sure. 1 second, let me get this music back. It just ended. Okay, there you go. So you knock and you hear someone getting up and heading towards the door, and someone opens the door. It is a short fellow, rugged for a gnome, but it is Investigator CC. You see him in you see him in relatively kind of plain clothing. You see the sleeves pulled up, and he looks. It's a bit. Despite it being cold, you see CC kind of again his shoulders, his sleeves rolled up to his forearms rather, and you see him kind of brows furrowed. Ah yes, how may I? What? Is there a reason that you're here?
Yes.
Something to report?
No, I just came to thank you for talking to the Hunter's Pride for us.
Oh, I should be thanking you. I was working on that case for a while.
Yes, hopefully you're getting a lot more rest now.
Yeah. And give me a perception check. 17. You notice that when you first met CC, he was kind of like disgruntled, a little stressed, and you noticed before that he was starting to form bags underneath his eye. But this time, he seems in a bit of a lighter mood. You see him being a little less tense, and the heavy bags that were under his eyes have begun to dissipate over the course of the past 4 days.
So, by the way, how are you feeling after taking that table?
Better. That's what I spoke to Nibiru, and he got me straight away, so I have him to thank.
That's good. But then all of us are going to be heading out of the city now. But if we come back, we'll be sure to stop by and say hello.
If you ever
We
come
need some
back,
help.
yes, come see me. I'll be more than happy to see you all, especially after the work that you've done for us. People are able to sleep soundly, me including, now. And you see him kind of like lean against the door. The door is like fully ajar now, and you see him in a relatively cheerful mood.
But again, thank you for talking to
No.
Hunter's Pride. I gotta get going because we're on a tight schedule.
Alright, well, you do come back now. You see him nod.
Alright, I'll see you. And I start hitting it.
And as you part, the door closes behind you. And back to Maximus and the rest of the party. What are you guys doing?
As we're walking to the temple, I completely remember
Mhm.
to talk
I
to someone.
completely remembered.
Okay.
Completely.
So, Arithmia, what do you want to do?
I actually want to go back to the merchant.
He
Sure.
wants to completely remember.
Give me a history check.
If I remember.
Yeah, if you can remember where it was.
He does completely.
I mean, he led us there before,
Mhm,
so
Yeah.
You know what? Throw it with advantage. Why not?
And I
got screwed.
yeah, and I still probably roll like minus like -10 and shit.
12. You try to navigate your way to. Let me pull up her name. Where is her name? Let's see. Like I got it.
Her name was like
You try to navigate your way to Elantha's house. But with a 12, it's a little difficult. But you do manage to ask some people around the district.
the
And
guards would be like, yo, where's
at the
that-
very
where's
least,
that
you do remember that her house is in Ogma's district, in Keeper's Row. But you do ask the people there, and it takes about the better part of 30-40 minutes. But you do eventually find her little store / abode.
Yeah. I go into the store.
You go inside, and you notice Elantha, the kind of a little older, silver-haired, hazel-eyed, excuse me, the halfling sitting at the counter, and you see there's now, before the store was completely empty, but now there's like 2 or 3 people here kind of perusing through her goods, so it seems as though business has slightly picked up. And you see Elantha kind of talking with a customer at the counter.
I walk up to the counter.
You walk up, and as you walk up, before you is a relatively another older female. Seems to be humanoid, like a human rather than a halfling. That which is what Elantha is. And they're talking about what's available, like what kind of goods are available to her. And yeah, they're talking amongst each other.
Well, I'll wait for. Well, I was gonna wait not to interrupt them, and then I was gonna like.
Okay, you're
I'm
waiting in
guessing
line.
Yeah, I'm waiting in line, waiting for her to like finish.
Maximus, what are you doing right now?
So I guess I'm looking for Nibiru and.
So all of you are
Temple.
heading to the Temple of Platinum, correct?
I mean, I got tiny legs. It's gonna take me long to go to the ship.
So
I kind of want to just, you know what? Stick to the party.
yeah. Alright, so the rest of you, Nicobolas, Crush, Maximus Magnus, and Osas, all of you guys are heading to the Temple of Platinum. Today, I don't think... Wait, hold on, let's check what day it is today. One second. Let's check. So today. Okay, all right. So you guys walk into the Temple Platinum, and because it is not a day of service, it's not as busy as it was when you guys left. So, the Temple Platinum, the large domed building, once you guys enter, which currently the doors are relatively ajar. There are 2 guards posted up. These guards are not belonging to the Sentinels of Wiham, by the way. These are guards within their order. So as you guys walk into the marble domed structure with the if you guys remember, there's like a kind of like a Sistine Chapel effect going on the ceiling, but instead of instead it's Bahamut and Tiamat in like a kind of circling yin yang thing, where there's also like a conflict happening around the 2. So as you guys enter, There are a couple acolytes who are just kind of cleaning up the place, doing acolyte duties essentially. And Nibiru is in one portion of this structure, kind of pacing back and forth, reading from a tome.
Alright, so I say to the party, go grab Riley and Lady Lionheart. I'm just gonna say my quick piece to Nibiru. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Maximus, you split off from the rest of the party and you approach Nibiru. I believe he was... Let me pull up his description.
He was silver, right?
I believe he had silver scales, yeah, but just want to be safe. You approach him, and for those of you who don't remember, Nibiru is relatively short, but thin, silver-scaled dragonborn with dark brown eyes, and I do have a picture of him, I believe, somewhere. I think... Oh, it's right here. I think it's... You guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Nibiru. Alright, so Nibiru, who's currently reading its tome, doesn't really notice you approach, despite, you being so heavily armored.
Excuse me.
As
Draconic, by the way.
You say, excuse me, Draconic, and you see him kind of startled and turn around. It doesn't seem like Nibiru has ever had much, especially when you first met him. Nibiru hasn't had much contact with other Dragonborns, despite the Order of Bahamut being a primarily Draconic kind of following. He seems kind of startled when you greet him in Draconic. Ah, yes. You are Maximus, correct? And he takes a moment to think, and he refers to you. Let's see if he remembers what your real name is. Nope, natural one.
Yeah, I don't even think I told him that.
You didn't?
Well,
oh no, you told the other Dragonborn your real name.
Yeah.
Alright, so he refers to you as Maximus, correct?
Yes. I wanted to thank you for your hospitality and service. Our group is leaving the city very soon.
You are leaving so soon.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our ship is gonna leave with or without us in a few hours, so we have to get going.
I understand. Well, I do thank you.
I can't hear you at all. Are you talking?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm gonna put your volume up on the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Does everyone else hear me just fine?
I hear you.
I did a sound check and everything was good on my end, so it might be on your end then. Let me know when you're good.
I'm good.
Okay, so Nibiru looks at you, kind of gives you a slight bow. My child, I should be thanking you. You did our temple a great service by returning that artifact to us.
Yeah, that was just a job. And I just want to thank you on a personal note. Being at this temple really reminded me of home, so thank you very much.
Yes, well, and he begins to pat himself. Before you go, let me give you something, my child. You see him kind of patting his robe, and yes, and he procures what appears to be like this, it appears to be a bracelet of some kind of dark wood, and on it you can see kind of like draconic symbolism on it. You see like several words that belong to your language essentially, and he offers it to you in one hand.
I take it and say thank you, but I don't understand.
If you wish to learn more about Bahamut and her ways, or rather his ways, use this and pray to him.
Thank you. I will.
And he gives you one final, he gives you a very deep bow, and kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. He has kind of he's a little shorter than you, so he kind of has to reach up.
Yeah, so I bow as well, and begin to back away.
And as you back away, he gives you one last. He gives you a few last words. He tells you, "Bahamut guide you, my child."
So yeah, I guess that's the end of the encounter.
Alright. Eventually. Eventually, the acolytes do procure Lady Lionheart and Riley So you guys are all complete now, sans eventually Bliatov also meets up with you guys, seeing the sentinels are not that far away, and Arithmia as well also convenes with you guys eventually. So what would you guys like to do?
Wait,
Can I do her part?
Yeah. Oh no, actually. So we'll switch. So switching back. Eventually, the older female finally makes a purchase of a what appears to be some kind of like trinket, or you can't really tell, but you do overhear a slight bit of the conversation. Eventually, the two part. As the older female parts from Elanpa, you see her Elanpa, the one of the three suspects. You see her eyes kind of light up, and she kind of greets you enthusiastically, Arithmia.
Hey, Elan.
I heard the news. I just wanted to thank you for everything. And as she kind of like motions to the store, thanks to you, I've had people come back to the store.
I'm glad that actually did happen. I told
Well,
you it was gonna actually
business is a little slow, but I'll take some business over no business. And she gives you a bit of a smile.
Time. It'll definitely take time, but it'll definitely be better.
Listen, I know it's not much, but I do want you to take this for your work, of course. And she slides you 10 gold pieces.
Wait. It's okay.
No,
I don't mind.
The amount of work that you did for me has saved my livelihood, which 10 gold pieces it's not much, but please.
I reluctantly take it.
Alright, you take it. So go ahead and add 10 gold pieces.
Cheap bastard.
You about to get robbed, Tingle.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Lamp, I just wanted to say, oh my god. I'll tell you guys this later, but yeah, Lamp, I just wanted to and pretty much make sure that you're okay. And
I'm more than okay, thanks to the work that you and your other friends did for me, which I am eternally grateful for.
hey, fine. Well, currently I'm with my group. We're about to leave soon, to be honest.
Leaving so soon?
Yeah, well, it's been a week, but we gotta leave.
Well,
alright?
if you ever do come back, please do come visit.
Of course. And I take off.
Alright, you take off.
I won't. Yeah.
Alright.
I take off.
As you leave, she kind of like waves you goodbye, cheerfully.
I wave back too.
So, and then you reconvene with the party.
Oh, so by the way, guys, that extra 10 gold got me encumbered.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Heavily encumbered or just
It's
encumbered?
it's the
Just
feather.
encumbered. I'm
feather
literally
that, broke the camel's
0.04
back.
over.
So eventually you guys all convene at the front of the Temple of Platinum, where the marble staircase kind of rise up into the entrance of the very large double doors of the Temple of Platinum.
Oh, Bliatov.
Yeah.
I throw him the pouch.
What's this?
It's not really a pouch, it was more like kind of like loose change. in a
Oh
way.
shit.
Yo, pelt him with coins.
What
Well,
happened?
I slide into 10 gold coins. And
What's
Sliding
this
on
for?
the ground?
Maya bends over and slides 10 gold coins.
Fucking get a haircut.
okay, fine.
Get a
I
haircut,
just
hippie.
I forcefully put that shit in his hand, okay?
Okay, you hand Bliatov 10 gold pieces.
What's this for?
Think of it as you carrying all the load during this whole ordeal. That shit was annoying.
Carrying all the load.
Alright.
Decided I don't need it.
Works for me.
Okay. You get 10 gold pieces. Fucking Emmy nominee dialogue, gentlemen.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? Just give me 10 gold and thanks
I'm
for
kidding,
carrying
I'm
me.
kidding. So go ahead to add 10 gold pieces to your
Yeah,
inventory.
I did.
Okay. Is there anything else the party would like to do at this moment? Yes, no, maybe so.
How much is an alchemist kick? An alchemist kit?
An alchemist kit?
try to remember.
There's no practitioners
It's
of magic
not
here.
in the
Oh,
city.
right. There's none.
In fact, it's a miracle that you could practice magic because you're with the Hunter's Pride.
So is this guy following us, or?
Yeah, so Nico, thanks for helping us out.
Alright, okay,
No,
bye.
let me go with you. I can't stay here.
Okay,
Wait,
bye.
what?
I'm not allowed to practice my special gifts in this city. Take me out with you to the world.
But we don't really enjoy faggots.
Yo, is this a holy man telling him?
10 gold pieces to each of us.
Yo, is this a holy man telling the kid? Yo, you're a faggot, don't come here. Yo, and his symbol.
Hey man,
breaks
holy men can freaking joke around sometimes.
and his symbol slightly cracks.
I only have 5 gold.
Whoa.
You poor bitch, can you stay your ass over here?
What do you mean you have 5 gold?
I'm
What
not
about
allowed
the
to go on
split?
I'm not allowed to go on mini missions, so I can't really make much money.
So you
How
just
many-
did that mission, don't you have some gold off that?
Also, is the one who's carrying all of it.
Yeah, just go in the split and let's go.
I know, right? Split it.
What do you mean split it? You failed that contract. I'm not expecting any split between the four of them.
I'm talking about splitting between them.
As he was hoping he would get some too.
Or at least give it to him. He helped us out even though he's not with our party yet. Or at all.
All I ask is for to be taken with you guys on an adventure. You can keep my share, if anything.
That would work for me, but I'm not getting the share.
Alright, question. Crush, Osas, Maximus.
What?
How useful was this kid?
Very, actually, he made me big, so for that reason, I just want to keep him.
Osas?
Like I told you.
Oh no, he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Maximus?
Yeah, he was
Listen,
great,
look,
yeah.
while Kenny's doing this, I'm just gonna pick the nigga up and walk with him.
Alright, Crush, go ahead and roll a strength check.
I got you!
I don't
Let me
weigh
get
that
my
much.
journal.
Unless if you don't want to resist, Nicobolas.
I'm not resisting.
Okay, alright.
We do,
So yeah,
we
Crush,
do
you
athletics,
just
right?
no, yeah.
Athletics?
So no, you automatically succeed. Yeah,
Oh,
you pick up the
no
relatively
resistance.
light Nicobolas and you carry him.
Just
Are
in
we
case.
still, are we still within the city?
Ah, yeah. You guys are in
Alright.
front of the Temple of Platinum.
Alright, so I would include Magnus if he was here, but Bliatov, are you sure about this? You know we've lost a bunch of casters before.
Yeah.
Well,
Really?
Magnus
Lost a
is
bunch of casters?
currently Magnus.
I also
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
also don't know what he did. I wasn't with you guys. If you guys want to vouch for him, that's fine, but I
can
haven't seen
explain.
him in action yet.
Listen,
I
I
can
already
explain
have him
abilities.
in my hands. You're not making me put him down.
Oh, if
Alright.
if we leave the city gates, I can show you some of my abilities.
That sounded
Well,
The
you're
wanky.
moment you leave the city wall, you just cast a spell and like SWAT team just on top of you.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
FBI, open up!
Maybe we're Team 6.
Can I assume, or I guess suggest to the party that we have this conversation as we're moving?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You guys begin heading towards the southern portion of the city where you guys entered from originally. You guys are walking.
Nico, you don't have any home or anything you need to take care of before you go? You just leave like nothing?
I was barely given food on a daily basis. I have nothing here.
So where are you from?
I know,
Me?
right?
I was born in this city,
What
but
the hell?
because I was born with magic innately, I was kind of thrown into an orphanage, but then even the orphanage didn't want me.
Can I
Damn,
give him a
that's
piece of
sad,
dried
bro.
meat just?
Sure.
Oh, let me give him like that clip and tiny.
That's sad as shit, bro.
I won't mind him coming with us, but
Eventually,
I haven't really seen him in action, so I can't judge him. That's just me personally, though.
Well, he
I-
seems a lot- Oops, go ahead.
As a spellcaster, I can definitely say that he's definitely capable.
I thought you called him a faggot earlier.
He pulled his weight. It was a joke, faggot.
Yo.
As Osas calls himself a
plus that one.
spellcaster, I'm gonna be behind him, like, mocking him because he's not a real spellcaster.
Bitch! Alright, I do mantras. Different shit.
You what?
He was definitely more capable than the dude with the fuzzy slippers and the midget.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he called me
Well,
out.
I mean, the midget didn't even last long enough to cast a single damn good
Shay.
spell.
Wait. Who we talking about?
The midget had 2 handcuffs on. Come on.
The midget learned how to fly before he learned a spell.
Wait, who are we talking about here?
Callan, dumb fuck.
I'm still in character, dumb fuck.
Oh, so this is
Well, Wait, let me just tell Nicobolas some word of warning. Our spellcasters don't last very long in this party. So if you plan on staying, you probably should just know that.
Yeah, well, you already had a shitty life, so.
Yeah.
At least I get to live a short life with my magic, other than none at all.
Have you contemplated suicide before?
Every night.
Pseudocide?
Yo, can I give this kid a hug? Like, I'm hugging you.
I'm not a kid. I'm 22.
Listen, if I can lift you like it's nothing, you're a kid.
After Crush says that, I lift him.
Wait, you lift Crush who's lifting Nicobolas?
Wait a minute.
Alright, that one probably requires a strength check. Go ahead.
And then I lift this.
Oh my god.
As a joke.
Okay, alright.
Oh, I was about to
Sure,
jump in. Damn it!
I kind of wanted to see that.
I was about to jump into Crush. Jump onto Crush.
I think I can hold him up too, right?
2 weeks without D&D and we're already up to these shenanigans. Shenanigans like
We had these
right away.
planned.
Just, you know, the fucking the world's in danger. Fucking let's carry each other.
Yeah, the world's in danger, but this man is scarred.
I would also like to say, as far as we know, we just saved the world from the horn thing, so we're good.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Alright, so you guys are now find yourselves at the southern gate of Wiham, walking through the city, the main road in the city that divides the Keeper's Row and the Road's End. So eventually, you guys make it up to the large, very, very like insanely large, heavy, thick wooden doors, double doors of the Wiham. And because you guys are leaving, the guards are more than happy to allow you guys to leave.
Like
Wow.
how many C's?
Like thick. So you guys eventually they slightly open up the gates for you guys, and eventually you guys find yourselves in the outskirts, outside the walls of Wiham.
I don't want. Wait.
So now you guys are in the clearing surrounding Wiham, and beyond that to the south is the heavy, thicketed, wooded areas.
Question.
Yes.
Leon. Since we're outside the gates, do we see that house that we fought that creature in?
No, it's on the other side.
Okay, making sure.
You guys are on the opposite side, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, there are some like buildings sprawled out in the distance in this clearing area. It's not just all like field, essentially. There are some like farms to the far side, and you know there's some other buildings and whatnot. So you guys interrupt me if you guys want to do anything, but you guys do travel through.
I tell the party, let's not kill anything on the way this time.
I know. I don't want to get caught in that
Well,
shit.
I asked Nicobolas, oh, by the way, you didn't say goodbye to your girlfriend.
Oh.
That kinda
What's
hates
good?
me.
Wait, what girlfriend?
Not girlfriend.
Oh,
Ga-
girl at the desk.
Ghana seems to have a disdain for me.
Yeah, Ogana is the final boss, confirmed. He's gonna find Riken's character.
Fuck off.
Wait, what?
He's gonna find Riken's character, destroy him.
Wow, Leon got hit with everything.
Some of those are buffs.
Yo, that's Guild Wars in a nutshell right here, yo. Conditions and boots.
So you guys do travel through the open area of surrounding Wiham, eventually reaching the thicket of so let's 1 second. Let's pull up the map. In fact.
There's not condition coins.
Oh, because of the map that you procured from George, you guys do know that this general area is called the Great Peninsula.
The great what?
Bruh.
Which is a name that's right here. So you guys are right here. This goes right here. 1 second as I clear this. Alright, so you guys are right here. Did that move you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Wait, where?
you guys are here.
Oh no, you pointed.
Yeah, that's it.
We're
Pointed
between the
here.
dot and the ship.
Okay, right here.
Alright, so you guys travel through the clearing of the city of Wiham, through the forest area, seeing relatively small woodland creatures like squirrel. Well, it's more like a cold area, so yeah, I guess squirrels. Every now and then there's like a deer, but other than that, nothing traumatic like a multi-headed serpent creature. So for the most part, traveling from Wiham to the AS Endeavor is a relatively sleepy one. And speaking of sleepy, eventually you guys do reach the AS Endeavor. 1 second.
Alright, kid, welcome to the ship.
Um,
So excited.
okay. Let's see here. For Nicobolas, since this is your first time encountering this ship, what you see before you. 1 second.
Jesus fuck.
You're saying?
1 second. 1 second. Since this is your first time encountering this ship, what you see before you is as of right now, to you
Hello?
is a waterborne vessel, like the ship with several.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So, for you, Nicobolas, what you see is a vessel in the water. There's currently like a gangplank leading up to it, and it looks like a relatively regular ship, kind of like a cargo ship, I guess. It's got like several sails, and what's strange about it, it has like sail like appendages on the side. And give me a perception check.
Alright. So. 4.
15. What catches your eye, the moonlight bounces off this particular object on the aft side of the ship. You notice that the ship has a very large blue gem embedded into the side of it, and the moonlight kind of bounces off of it, and the light bounces and shines and catches your eye. Other than that, to you right now, it's just a ship so far.
Right.
So
The gem is interesting.
as you guys approach, there's a gangplank out that connects the ship to the bay currently, and there's actually you see there's several lights on the ship, and it's sitting there idly in the water, and it kind of like very gently rocks with the water. And you notice there's several there's one crew member who's currently at the base of the gangplank, leaning up against a crate, asleep.
Oh boy. Shall we wake his ass up?
I kick the crate next to him.
As you kick the crate,
Welcome.
you see
I don't kick it enough to move it. I just kick it enough to shake it a little.
you kick the crate to kind of jostle the crate and to jostle the crew member. You can
Keep it watch, huh?
in fact I am. And you see him kind of like
sure?
raise his hand over his eyes, and he's looking around, and he's got a bit of like this. Looks like
I do a tiny chuckle and hop on the ship.
That's hilarious.
Sure. You climb up the gangplank, and oh wait, who's this guy? And he points to Nicobolas.
Hello.
Oh, he's a new teammate.
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. Yeah, guy
He's our
gets
new
in
pet.
close, Nicobolas, and what's your past perception?
10.
10. You can smell. It's a little obvious. You can smell like liquor on his breath. What's your name again, fellow?
Nicobolas.
And you see he's kind
Nicobolas
of...
Andamer.
Nicobolas, eh?
He's an uptight little man. Just cut him some slack.
Give me 1 second, please. And he climbs up the gangplank to the ship.
He'll probably let you in.
So what are you guys doing right now?
I'm
I'm on
We
the
were
ship,
getting-
so I'm just gonna chill on the ship.
At this point, Lady Lionheart kind of looks at Nicobolas and looks at the party. Are you guys sure we can bring him with us?
What do you mean?
Well, as per our original deal, they were supposed to ferry us, not him.
Well, he is part of us now, so.
Well,
I mean,
I mean, we could let's talk to the
if
captain.
if they want compensation, like if some sort of like
Monetary.
money, but we can actually do it.
as you guys are talking, eventually, Charles Marlowe, the captain of the ship, kind of in a more non-formal kind of attire, shows up at the very top of the gangplank and starts making his way down. You guys notice that he has like a glass in his right hand. So,
Well, hello,
I
Captain
hear-
Marlowe.
Well, hello, welcome back. Thankfully, you're back on time. Now, I heard you have a new fellow amongst you. And he looks
Yes.
at Nicobolas.
As I wave my hand.
You wave your hand, and
Don't wave your
the
hand
captain
back.
does not seem amused. The captain looks at Lady Lionheart. The part of the deal, the contract, as per stated, was to ferry your team here. I do not believe this gentleman, and he kind of like points to you, Nicobolas, was not part of your team when you originally came here. And he crosses his arms, and you see him kind of like holding his drink. And,
Oh wait, I want to do a perception check.
ahead. What are you looking for?
Memorize. Can I see on top of the ship?
not from this angle, no.
Not from this angle? Okay.
No.
So, okay, because I want to be able to get a glimpse of at least like a footing on the ship.
Lady Lionheart
Oh,
looks
yeah.
at the rest of the party, looks at Nicobolas, looks at you, Nicobolas.
Yes.
Lady Lionheart looks at Charles Marlowe. Unfortunately, this gentleman is now part of our party, whether you like it or not, and I do understand our agreement with you originally. So, to make up for this new addition to our party, we will rightfully compensate you the difference. Charles Marlowe looks at the party, still not amused, raises an eyebrow, takes a sip of his drink, and nods. Well, welcome aboard then.
Alright, is he walking
And,
back?
He makes his way
Right,
up the
dude, get your
gangplank.
ass up there.
As he walks away, I want to do this.
I'm sure. What
Wait,
do
it's
you
an
cast?
image of Charles Marlowe and like imitate him walking. Whereas and cast damage right behind him.
Sure. Let me read this real quick. So, let's see. So go ahead. What level are you casting this at? One.
This is a level 1 spell.
So go ahead, -1 level
Yeah.
1 slot. What are you creating?
A duplicate, replica of Charles Marlowe.
Okay. Sure. And
Yeah,
what?
just to make fun of him.
Okay, sure. You create a duplicate of
You
Charles
just got
Marlowe
here.
walking up the gangplank.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And
It's like
walk up.
it's like a yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just as he's walking away, just let a little make fun of him, like, haha.
sure. I don't. This is the party. I don't. Lady Lionheart looks a little unamused at this.
I don't find this funny, Nicobolas.
Uh,
Get your ass up.
I laugh.
You barely just got allowed to the ship. Let's not.
Oh, don't worry. If I would have had us, if I wasn't allowed, I was gonna find my way in one way or another.
Lady Lionheart looks at you, Nicobolas. Let's play by the rules, please. And
Alright.
she makes her way up the gangplank. By the way, have you seen an image of Lady Lionheart?
Well, yes.
Did she? I think she introduced herself to you, right? I don't remember.
No. This is the
Been a
first
while.
time I'm meeting her.
Yeah.
So she, Lady Lionheart, walks up the gangplank and disappears from sight.
All right. Okay, so So, once I'm up to gangplank, I want to memorize how the top layer of the ship looks like.
Sure. The top layer of the ship, as you walk up the gangplank, up the side, the top level has two, actually technically 3 levels to it. There's the helm portion, which is in the aft portion of the ship. There's the cargo, and there's a grate that leads to the cargo in the middle. I can just show you. Why am I describing it to you?
Yeah.
So 1 second. One second.
Has to do with it.
Okay. Alright, so let me pull you guys into this. There you go. So the ship has its topmost level has 3 levels to it. The middle, which is the middle, the fore, and the aft. The fore is where you'll see on the fore there's like another gem, which is a deep sapphire blue, similar to the one that you saw embedded into the side of the ship. Oh. Ah, shoot. Hold on.
Oh man, African Americans.
How about now?
Oh yeah, I see ship.
Okay. So the middle has a cargo grate, has a door leading into the cabins. The front, the fore has the gem, similar to the one embedded to the side, and the back has the helm, where you'll find pretty much the apparatus to control the ship. Right.
I see.
So, I guess I'm assuming you guys all get onto the ship.
Yes.
See.
Yes. Yes.
Eventually making your way up to the ship. Would you guys like to do anything, or it is nighttime, so you guys aren't gonna set out immediately?
Just for flavor, I pray on the bracelet before getting on the.
Are you wearing the bracelet now, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, add that to your inventory, by the way. Don't forget.
Yeah, I
wooden
just called
bracelet to Bahamut. Yeah. Got it.
So I should specify that's wooden.
Yes.
Wooden.
Alright.
Okay.
So, you guys make your way up to the ship, and would you guys like to do anything, or what's happening?
I'm hungry as shit, so I eat.
Yeah, get some food.
Sure. You guys head to the the common room. Sorry, there's no mess hall. There's a common room as you guys walk through the middle of the ship and walk through the door. You see several rowdy individuals in there who belong to his crew, to Charles Marlowe's crew, and there are some provisions. You notice that since, for at least Bleetov and Earthmire, you guys noticed they procured some supplies. There are several like crates and barrels with food, and there's some food laid out off to the side of this common room. And again, in the common room, it's a relatively kind of cozy like room. There's several tables and chairs, not exactly in the cleanest of conditions, but serviceable. And to the side, there's barrels, crates with several drink food and several food laid out.
Okay, I eat.
Sure, you guys eat.
Itadakimasu.
Sure.
Where's the booze?
There, as it was last time, there is a keg with several tankards around it.
Well, I didn't know because I was asleep during that time.
That's true.
Weren't you like halfway past reap?
This might be a stretch.
But
is the one that called me a pussy the first day we were on here in this room?
No.
You remember that?
Yes, I do.
I'm mad you remember that.
He's not.
Ooh, this is the problem. I got
Alright.
this shit.
Oh my god.
I'll be right back.
But if
that-
he was out there, he's taking a dump.
Is that all you got? So, is there anything else you guys want to do?
No.
I mean, we're just still waiting, right?
It's like nighttime right now. So, if you guys remember, every time it was nighttime, Charles Marlowe stopped piloting the ship, essentially.
Oh, okay. I see if I can help anybody out. I mean, I could just like see if whoever's carrying the like the goods into the ship, I just say that give me one, and I just take it.
that part is done.
Oh, then how? Oh,
Mhm.
how? What are they stockpiling then?
The stock. There's already a stockpile of food and drink in here already. It's all set and ready to go.
Okay, I'll just meditate then.
Sure.
Pray.
Sure. Is there anything else anyone would like to do?
I'm drinking.
Okay, sure.
Tell Whiskey about our dragon fight.
Oh, Whiskey actually stayed back. And you notice he's actually eating with one of the other crew members.
Whiskey comes to Maximus like, Daddy, tell me about the day, dude. You just took down those dragons.
So is there anything else that you guys would like to do? Or so this is 10 days worth of travel. If anything, anything would is there anything you guys would like to do while on this ship?
Is there okay? This might sound weird, but is there any library, like any sort of like book collection that the captain has?
Probably.
So can I? Well, it's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Or you're just saying in general.
I don't think you've been to his office, so you wouldn't know per se. The only one who's been in his office is Riley and Whiskey Jack.
Oh God.
So I asked Whiskey Jack.
You see him. He's kind of eating with the people. He's kind of like slowly integrated with the crew now.
Yeah, and I just asked Whiskey Jack, hey man, can you show me the captain's cabin when you get the chance?
He kind of turns around briefly, nods, and you see his like mouth is full of food.
When you get the chance, yeah.
For sure. Is there anything else anyone would like to do, or? NPC mode.
Okay.
Whiskey Jack is in NPC mode. That's true.
Well, can he just not fast forward and just show me the place?
I'm asking, is there anything else anyone would like to do? Because I'm just gonna blow through this portion.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. So, you guys take this moment to rest. Everyone, full HP, full resources if you haven't already. Make sure that you guys got your gold amounts correct, based on what I gave you guys. The very next day, Whiskey Jack does. Excuse me. So at the very next day, for you, Nicobolas, this is a little important.
Alright.
As the new day comes in and the sun begins to shine, Captain Marlowe comes out onto the helm of the ship. And where are you, Nicobolas?
Should be. I'm looking at the gem and ship.
So you're at the fore of the ship. The front.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you're at the front of the ship, and the next day, the morning of, you notice the crew essentially comes to life. Starts doing what crew members would do. Some of them are swabbing the deck. Some of them are carrying cargo to and fro. You notice though Charles Marlowe come out from the quarters, from the common room, and heads towards the helm of the ship. He walks up this set of stairs and finds himself at the yoke of the ship, and as he does, you notice another character, a female character. I believe she's Elven. Walks up to the front of the ship where you are. She looks at you, and she kind of raises an eyebrow. A new face. If you could please scooch over a bit, please.
Alright, I move a little to the right.
So you move over, and she steps over in front of where this gem is, holding this what appears to be a wand. She takes the wand and recites a spell and points the wand at the gem. The energy kind of shoots into the gem, dissipates, and the gem begins to glow, and suddenly the ship begins to rise into the air. So
magic-powered ship.
Slowly the ship begins to rise, and the appendages that you saw on the side of the ship come out like wings, essentially. Kind of like sails, but on the side and horizontal instead of vertical, essentially. And the ship begins to float into the air, and you guys begin your journey back to the city of Alded. Praise Joko. So the first day of travel ends unless you guys want to do anything special. Well, I'm just gonna blow through this.
I'm still drinking every day, so.
So at the end of the first day's worth of travel, after the sun goes down essentially, and the ship comes to a standstill, still floating in the air, for you, Whiskey Jack kind of leads you to the office of Charles Marlowe, who is no longer piloting the ship now that it's nighttime, and he kind of Whiskey Jack gestures at the door.
Okay, so I go in.
You go in without knocking.
But no, I knock.
Sure. You knock.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Come in.
How you doing, Captain Marlowe?
Oh, it's you. How may I? Is there something you'd like to talk about?
Yeah. I was wondering if you have any sort of like book collection per se.
Books?
It is a long journey, so I'm just trying to kill some time.
I do have a personal book collection, but as the word says, it is personal.
Okay. Well, I was kind of hoping like maybe something along the line of Arcana based, but okay. Well, thank you very much.
Anytime. Would you fancy a drink by any chance? And at this moment, you see him kind of like overhand on a. His hand is overhand resting on a glass of some form of liquor, kind of a brownish tint to it.
Sure.
Please take a seat.
I would love some. So I sit down.
Take a seat, and by the way, the door closes behind you. You are alone in this room.
I'm strong enough. If something happens.
Yeah, procures another glass from the he's currently sitting at his desk. You see his vestment, his clothing, his long sleeve shirt, blouse, whatever you want to call it, is kind of pulled up to his shoulder now. Now that the day's over, he's more casual, it seems, in terms of his appearance. So he sets the second glass next to his, procures a glass of liquor, and pulls the cork, right, pours it into the thing, and offers it to you.
So I basically ask, so how's it like being the captain of an airship?
It's interesting. There's never a boring day. However,
yeah.
Sometimes
with
I
that
do
view.
miss. Sometimes I do
Sorry,
miss
go
home.
ahead.
It's never a boring day, but sometimes I do miss home.
Yeah, but gotta say though, can't beat that view that you get.
That is true. Eventually, though, it does get tiring. Just vastless oceans. It's not. It's pretty cool the first couple times, but after the 100th time, it gets a little old. So tell me, and you kind of leans in a bit. How was the city of Wiham?
Wiham was pretty interesting actually. I being a person of religion, I really enjoyed. I really liked the culture of his. I kind of wanted to visit the temple of True Silver, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any.
Wiham is a big place, after all. And he takes a sip of his liquor and puts it down.
And what you were saying about like about the journey, being in the ship, getting a little drastic, or kind of makes you bored a little bit. I can relate to that actually. I was part of the Navy.
Oh, you were.
Yes. Never had the fortune of being inside of an airship, but yeah, I can definitely relate to what you were saying.
There's not that many airships around. These things are quite expensive to first make and maintain. It can be a nightmare sometimes.
You gotta say, it's amazing when it takes off.
Never gets old. And he takes a sip of his liquor, this time downing the rest of it. About your book, your books. I would give you a book of Arcana if I had one. Unfortunately, Arcana is not exactly my strong suit, and I'm not really interested in it.
That's fine. I'm just trying to find a way to kill some time.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, I would try to help out the crew, but then again, I guess it has something to do with a code per se. You cannot just get close to a stranger, so
That is true.
working with them is definitely not an easy task.
I've had this crew for quite a while, and they're like a second family to me, and I would say the same between themselves, so it might be difficult to intermingle. Your friend is doing a great job, though. What is his name? John? No, Jack,
Whiskey
right?
Jack?
Right, yeah.
Whiskey Jack, yeah.
It's a funny name for a gentleman, but he's been intermingling pretty well.
Yeah. Well, not really a social person, but yeah, it's great that he's actually mingling with people.
A misfit with a crew of misfits. It's like a glove on the right hand. And you see him kind of like laugh sheepishly. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time.
Alright, so I'm assuming you leave the area.
Yeah, I leave.
So you leave, and
You called me gay, so I leave.
So is there anyone else doing anything special, or are we just blowing through this?
No. Yeah.
All right. So, you guys travel through. Let me see. Excuse me. Oh. 1 second. Let's. Okay. So you guys are right here. Overall, the in terms of travel, pretty it's pretty straightforward. There's not too much. There's no people attacking you guys like last time on your way here. Seems like no one's really interested in you guys now that the horn is gone. So that's a plus. However, on the 5th day of you guys travel, which is literally the center or halfway mark of your journey, the weather takes a turn for the worst and it begins raining.
I go inside.
Sure. I think I have 1 second.
Well, bad time to be sleeping on the deck.
1 second. Let's get some rain up in here. Rain. Rain. Right here. Got it. Okay. Oh, whoa, what the hell is this?
Oh.
I don't
Damn,
know. Why is this here?
Look at this rain.
That rain is intense as fuck. Shit.
Why is this here?
Is that heavy metal, bro?
Well, I don't know. must
It's
have the-
raining. There's a storm.
Yeah, hold on. You know what? Just leave. Just leave. You're not doing us any favors, sir. Freaking leave. There you go.
I love
Let's play this one.
It's raining really hard.
What? 1
Oh,
second.
it's probably copyrighted.
1 second. We're
They're not
having
available.
technical issues over here. Oh, it's been removed. Got it.
Oh, the whole the video got removed.
Yeah, the
That's
whole
interesting.
video got removed. That's okay. That's great. 1 second. I'm grabbing another one.
Where the crisis and the world is at the end.
Okay.
Facing the biggest boss.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's an image. that is an image.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Maybe it has some sound on it. It's a musical image.
Is it working? Oh, it's in the other. No, wait, hold on. Oh,
Yo.
God, 1 second. There we go. Is it working? Why is it no? 1 second. This is.
Cannot play a song that's longer than 3 hours.
1 second.
Jesus. Use Red Bolt.
Yeah, but it's not playing what I want it to.
Thunder.
There you go.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so is anyone on top of the deck? Or is everyone inside?
I'm on top.
I was. Well, this is at nighttime, right?
This is the beginning of a new day, so as you're traveling on the 5th day, you guys it starts it's the weather changes essentially, and you guys are traveling in this condition.
I try to spend as much time as I can outside to experience.
So you're outside? Is there anyone else
I'm
outside?
outside.
So if this is just the past morning, I would have still been outside because I sleep on the deck.
Yeah. So you're inside now.
So once it starts raining, I'll take shelter inside.
Alright, so is there anyone else on top of the deck?
No, I'm done. I'm in my room.
So everyone's inside except for Nicobolas.
Yes.
Okay. So Nicobolas, you're outside with the captain and several other crewmates who are trying to essentially keep this ship working. And it's raining relatively hard. You guys are traveling southward, and you guys are relatively in this area. 1 second. So you're surrounded by water. There's like land masses, but they're kind of far away, and visibility is relatively poor. So you're about like over, maybe like here-ish. Yeah, I think that's good. That's about good. Yeah, that's good. So you guys. Excuse me. As you guys are traveling, visibility is relatively poor. The rain is pretty torrential. Make a perception check.
Perception.
19. That's a really good check. As the rain is coming down and there's like thunder and lightning, you see everyone's kind of busy doing their own thing. The captain is busy piloting the ship, essentially. But something catches your eye in the distance, and like between all this rain, and you notice in the distance, about a couple miles away, despite the poor visibility, suddenly you see lightning in the distance. 1, 2, 3, lighting up the area, and on one of them, you see a spark of lightning. And suddenly you see something in the distance opening up in the sky itself, like a rift almost. And you're trying to squint your eyes to get a better look at what's happening in the distance. And you see in the distance something, a silhouette, but you can't quite see it until another lightning flash comes in. What you see in the distance is the visage of a very, very, very large dragon.
Oh shit!
Oh, no. I go quickly to warn the others. To warn
So
everyone.
who do you go to?
Well, first I'm telling the everyone who's on top of the ship, hey, there's a dragon coming by.
So who do you talk to?
Marshall.
Charles Marley.
You run up to Charles Marlowe. Give me like a regular old acrobatics check. It's kind of slippery.
All right.
7. You clumsily make your way up to Charles Marlowe, kind of slipping on the deck that's very, very wet right now. And you see him, his hair is kind of like, he wears a hat, so for this one, his entire clothing is almost soaked. You see him kind of squinting in the distance, and you tell him that a dragon's coming, and he looks at you with eyes confused. And you see him confused. What did you say?
There be a dragon coming this way. Look. As I point
Dragon,
towards
where?
the direction. I point towards the direction of it.
Point the direction. He squints his eye. I don't see anything.
Huh? Do you not see the shadow of a dragon?
Make another perception check.
All right.
3. You look in the distance and attempt to look at the visage of the enormous dragon that you saw in the distance, and you see nothing.
Maybe it's the shape of the clouds.
Perhaps he's trying to speak over the thunder and the rain. Perhaps it was just your imagination.
I go tell the rest of the party what I saw. at first.
So you split up from Charles Marlowe, who's trying to pilot
Yeah.
the ship, kind of trying to make his way southward, despite this heavy torrential rain. And who do you go to? What do you do?
I go to Crush and or Maximus, which one of those two.
Real
Or
quick,
Seth.
let's take like a quick 5-minute break. I really gotta
Yeah.
pee. So
I was
be
gonna
back.
do so bring it back.
Be back in be back at 11:26. Wait, hold on, let me check the time. 11:27. All right.
Cool.
All right. So we will be right back.
You need that 1 cent, that YouTube money.
Alright, you guys ready? Oh wait, let me check my OBS to make sure it's okay. Not muted. Alright. So we are back. Is everyone here?
Yep. No, I don't know.
Alright, so
Toss
Nicobolas,
to the back
who do you approach again?
Either Olsas, Maximus.
I would say
pretty much
they're
the people
they're probably together. They're
yeah.
probably usually together. So
That's
sure.
Pretty much the first person I mean. Yeah.
So I'll say, unless anyone's doing anything on the ship, you guys are all together, unless stated otherwise. So what do you tell them?
I fear there's a giant dragon approaching us. So we should prepare our arms just in case.
Prepare our arms? Like do curls? Like what do you mean?
Do battle. Prepare to fight.
It was a joke.
You guys seem to have no urgency in this.
Well, we did just kill one.
Yes, but this one seems a lot bigger
All
than
right,
what we fought.
I guess I'll follow you and check it out.
Okay. So Maximus, you get up from whatever you're doing, sitting probably. And I'm guessing both of you head up to the top deck of the ship. Yay, nay.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm following whatever Nikos does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
Cause
I want to show him in what I saw, direction I saw.
Sure. You head up to the top of the ship, and the rain is just like pounding you guys. It's coming down. It's a surprise that Charles Marlowe is out here piloting the ship, but it seems like he's trying to fulfill a schedule or something. So you guys go to the top of the deck, and both of you give me perception checks.
Come on, don't fail me
12
now.
and 17. You guys look out in the distance in the direction that you saw for sure what a dragon, Nicobolas, but this time, your third time looking and your first time looking, Maximus, nothing.
That's strange.
Are you sure it was off in that direction?
I'm positive, unless it could have dove through the clouds. Maybe it's gone somewhere.
Again,
Good dragon.
to remind you guys, like, visibility is pretty damn poor right now.
Yeah. Maybe it's hidden in the clouds. It is raining and all.
Yo, somebody Fusro does that shit. Oh, what is this?
Raining.
In Draconic, I'll just yell out, "Hello!"
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Somebody there?
Is it me you're looking for?
You, Maximus
I
next
could-
to you yells out
Hello?
in this tongue that you don't understand,
me.
Nicobolas. But, nothing.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your soul. No? Okay.
So, there's nothing, Nicobolas. Maybe it was just your imagination, perhaps.
Could have been.
I hope so.
I'll head down to the lower deck.
So, you head down. So, that door that you saw in the image leads to the common area. And beyond that is another door that leads down, like a spiral staircase, into the cabins, essentially. And at the very end of the cabins is the captain's quarters. On the back side of the common room is the storage area where you saw that grate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you guys like to do? Or are we skipping through?
Can I take one last scan, look up and down, like
Go
not
ahead.
in the
Go
not
ahead.
where?
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Can I make another perception check as well? Because
You're not there, unfortunately.
but
Unless you want to catch up with them and be a part of the scene,
yeah.
sure.
yeah.
18 perception. You look around, Maximus. Also, 20. You guys go up and you look around everywhere for what was supposedly a dragon, but come up empty.
Alright.
Nothing. Seems like Nicobolas was either lying to you or imagining things.
So I go check on Nico.
Okay.
Like I put my hand on his forehead. Like, you got a fever, man? Are you sure you're alright?
I hope it's just my imagination then.
You guys are like in the middle of this torrential like thunderstorm right now.
Alright. So
Anything else you guys would like to do?
How big is this ship?
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. So you guys want to do nothing else, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, despite this false calling of a dragon from Nicobolas, the rest of the day goes without incident. Eventually the clouds do disperse and the rain eventually stops. So let's see if we can, hope to God I can stop this rain. Is it not skip? How do you... Okay, there you go. Then let's grab... let's grab this. Okay.
Once like the storm ends, can I look back and see what the cloud looks like?
Sure. The next day, the clouds, the storm... hold on. Was it not playing? Oh, there you go. The next day, the clouds, the rain eventually disperses. You guys are greeted with a relatively wet top deck, but other than that, it's pretty much sunshiny. This is day 6.
Alright. I want to convene with the party.
You're gonna what?
Does anyone know? Is there anyone on the ship who knows about forecast by any chance?
Probably. You can ask them.
Yeah, I want to ask around the ship.
So you ask around the ship, and every time you ask them about the question, they go, huh?
You know, like, does anyone know that storm was coming, or did it appear like out of nowhere?
You ask 2 crew members, they kind of look at each other and shrug.
Alright. What was the girl who casted magic on the ship?
It was someone that you haven't met yet, but yeah, there seems to be a spellcaster on the ship.
Yeah, I want to look for her.
Sure, you ask around, and eventually you do procure her name. Her name is... I have it here somewhere. 1 second.
I think I have it. Hold on.
I have it too. I just gotta find it.
Grass Linu? Oh, no,
Oh,
no. Oops,
what?
Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
Eventually you get her name. First mate Priscilla.
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 You eventually
Where can I
find her,
Priscilla? Alright.
and you approach her. She's currently, when you do find her, she's in the storage room doing stock something.
I want to ask her. Did you see yesterday's storm?
No, primarily I was in my own cabin.
I feel like something's missed about it. I swear I saw a dragon upon there, but then it kind of disappeared.
A dragon?
Yes, but so recently we fought a white dragon who had domain of ice, and when we got near him, the entire landscape was full
You
of
fought a
ice.
dragon?
Well, the rest of the party as well.
And she kind of gives you like a look of disbelief. You fought a dragon and survived.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I buy that.
Point is, do you know if other dragons can control weather by any chance?
Perhaps. I'm not exactly a dragon expert myself,
I see.
unfortunately.
I'll return to the party.
Sure.
Because
You return to the party.
Be useful.
Sure. You find your party members probably in the common room doing God knows
Yeah.
what.
And I still have the suspicion there was a dragon, and I tell them, "Hey guys, maybe it was a storm dragon or something of that sort."
Give me a history check, Maximus. With advantage, because you are Dragonborn.
Oh, I thought you could tell me make a history check. I was like,
Not you, not
Jesus,
you.
no.
Maximus.
Sorry.
History check with, yeah, advantage, because, sure. Natural
beat it.
20, you don't even need it. He tells you a dragon of storms, and you raise an eyebrow. You are a Dragonborn. You were created in the image of dragons. A storm dragon, not
Not a thing.
Not exactly. Like,
The
not
closest
exactly
would be
a
like
thing.
a lightning dragon.
Like a blue dragon.
Lightning dragons exist, but a storm dragon, you raise an eyebrow, kind of confusing.
Yeah. So
What'd you tell me?
yeah, so I just said like I'm pretty sure storm dragons aren't a thing.
Well, you know any dragons that could perhaps cause a storm to happen, or like lightning and rain
So
manifest?
there are lightning dragons, but in terms of rain and water. It's not really a dragon's thing, as far as I know.
Because we fought a frost dragon.
Yeah, we did.
And it had and it caused the entire area to be snowed in. So maybe there was a dragon who could have done the same yesterday. We were in its terrain.
I'm just looking at from what I know, the kinds of dragons. There's not a storm dragon. There's not a dragon. So there's the dragon we fought was a cold dragon. It lowers the temperature around it. That leads to like snow and things like that, I assume. I'm not sure how. The closest thing would be a lightning dragon. I'm not sure how they could produce rain.
I see. I just think to myself, and I'm still like
In disbelief.
I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I'm self-convinced that it's something.
You for a fact saw a dragon, but the others don't see the same as you, Nicobolas, unfortunately. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on day 6 of your travels? Alright, so the rest of the journey is relatively straightforward. No storms, no weather is relatively good for the most part. Eventually, you guys begin to start passing over the land masses. Let's check the map. So you guys begin to pass over the land masses of this continent of Belagurt, and eventually passing over this landmass over here. 1 second. You guys all pass by Corvus. I think some of you guys might have affiliations with Corvus. Eventually passing over this territory. Excuse me. And on the 10th day, you guys finally make it back to the city of Alded. In the distance, Nicobolas, this is your first time here in Alded. What you see is a very large castle, essentially a keep, sitting on top of a very raised platform, kind of hovering over the city. That's immediately the closest to you, and beyond that, in the lower, like underneath that, like raised hill, essentially, is a sprawling city, like a very, very large city. Eventually, you guys begin to make way to the docks to the north of Alded, which is right here. So you guys land right... One second. I think I have it over here. Alright, you guys land right over here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Skip. Okay. Oh. That doesn't seem.
Yeah, I cannot.
What's up?
I hope we don't. I hope we don't fight whatever warrants that music.
That doesn't seem to be the correct music.
That's
for
like
this.
that's the legendary level 4 music there.
What was it playing right now? Ah, that is not the right. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing this. There you go. There you go. So you guys are now back in the city of Alded. A little bit more familiar, and well, except for Nicobolas. And the airship essentially
Just
hovers
ecstatic.
over the begins to hover over the docks and begins to descend as Charles Marlowe at the helm. The ship begins to lower into the waters and eventually makes a very large splashing sound as the ship connects with the water of the docks underneath. As soon enough, the crew members begin to head to the top deck of the ship and procure a gangplank that leads down to the docks of of Alded, of this district.
I run down the gangplank as soon as I can.
You run down the gangplank and you're meted with an elven character, one that you do not recognize. 1 second. 1 second. Let me pull up her sheets. You are greeted by an elven character, female. She's wearing very prestigious-looking robes, and like you, she seems to be a spellcaster. She has like several trinkets, and you can definitely sense that she's probably a spellcaster. So.
Hello, nice to meet you there.
1 second as I pull her up.
Though I'm more enamored by the surrounding city.
Right here.
Escapes.
So I do have an image of her. Right here. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. She greets you as you excitedly, like you're like the first one down as the gangplank comes down. And she looks at you. Greetings. Have you seen Lady Lionheart by any chance?
I believe she's still on board.
Oh, right. Thank you. Your name is?
Nicobolas. Nicobolas Endemer.
Nice to meet you, Nicobolas. And she offers you a handshake. My name is Gwinnett. Wait, hold on. I don't want to goof this up. My name is Gwynestri. I'm the head arcanist here in Alded.
Oh, an arcanist. That means you also practice magic, right?
I do.
Sorry, what was it? Gunestri?
Gwynestri. You guys have met this character before, but Nicobolas hasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Where I'm from, magic is pretty much abolished.
Oh, you're from Wiham, aren't you?
Yes.
That's a shame. But I do welcome you to the city of Alded.
Thank you very much. And I'm just like looking around at everything that I've never seen before, taking in the sight.
So you are currently in the northern district, the nicest district of Alded. You are in the docks, and the buildings here are relatively pretty high quality compared to the rugged buildings back home in Wiham, essentially.
Oh.
1 second. So some of the crew members begin to pour out from the ship, carrying several bits of cargo, and eventually Lady Lionheart is you guys notice Lady Lionheart steps up to the gangplank, and the moment she sees Gwynestri, she seems ecstatic, runs down the gangplank, and gives her the biggest hug in the world. What is the rest of the party doing?
Enjoying the hug.
Okay. A little bit of voyeurism there, but okay. You guys see Lady Lionheart and Bleetov, you get off the ship as well, along with behind some of the crew members who are offloading some of this cargo. Sure, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'd also like to get off, and as I do, just pray to the wrist, saying,
Sure.
"Thanks for safe travels."
Sure. You do so, and you're heading down the gangplank behind Bleetov, and who's also behind a couple crew members, plural. You guys notice that as you guys are heading down, Gwynestri and Lady Lionheart are just like ecstatic at seeing each other once again. Is the party doing anything else at this moment? Anyone else want to do anything?
No, who's the person that I named? Is
What's
this
that?
someone else? Is that the...
You've met this person
Is that
before.
No, in chat. The person that I think I have the name wrong.
You have it wrong. Head arcanist Gwynestri Verxina.
Oh, we know as Lady Vixina. Okay.
Yes, Verxina. You have the last name
sorry,
right. You
just
have the last name right.
G in front of-
Gwynestri.
Yeah.
For those of you at home keeping score, Gwynestri Verxina attended the meeting where they first planned what to do
Yeah,
with the horn.
that's why I just had this missing a letter. That's why I couldn't do
Yep.
it.
Gwynestri.
At this moment, Lady Lionheart and Lady Verxina are now standing kind of side by side, kind of gesturing you guys off the ship, essentially.
Alright, get off the ship, I guess.
Sure. You guys get off the ship, and Verxina kind of greets you all with ecstatically. She looks at the party. I'm very pleased to have you all back. It's wonderful to have you all back. How did the mission go?
It's a success.
Success.
Verdict.
You hear breathe a sigh of relief. That is wonderful to hear. Lady Lionheart, your father is expecting a debrief, by the way. Well, I'm very happy to announce to you all that the king himself, King Lionheart, has scheduled a festival of sorts for you all, thanks to your efforts in saving Lady Lionheart. She kind of like steals a glance at Lady Lionheart. At this point, you see Lady Lionheart kind of like roll her eyes. All right, well, please do be at the front gate tomorrow between this district and the market district. It is for your ceremony.
When is this? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning. There will be a festival being held in your honor. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
Very exciting.
How public is this? Like, is this gonna be like spread out very far?
What do you mean?
Like in terms of the news of us and things like that.
At this point, Lady Lionheart kind of chimes in. Well, I did want that whole operation to be kept under wraps, but fortunately, my father wants to hold a festival in your honor, which I do appreciate your efforts. However, I don't want to be painted as a damsel in distress, and she kind of steals a glance at Vixina this time. At this point, Vixina chimes in, but your father just wants to show his gratitude to these men and women. And she kind of, yeah, I know. So, again, please do be at the gate in the morning, roughly around maybe 11 or about 12ish, perhaps. The ceremony will start, and we will hold the festival in your honor. Well, Lady Lionheart, if you will, we have some business to attend to. Right. And she looks at the party. Lady Lionheart looks at the party and gives a bit of a bow. Again, thank you for your service, and I will be seeing you all soon. And Lady Lionheart and Lady Vixine depart.
Oh, well, looks like she's gone. I guess I should do the same right now.
So,
Are we going to the estate?
at this point, Riley... This kind of sucks. Riley's in NPC mode. So, Whiskey Jack is not here, but Riley kind of like brings up the rear essentially and heads off the gangplank. Kind of looks at the party and tells you guys that she has some important issues to deal with and departs from the party.
Yeah, same. I gotta deal with some personal matters
So,
currently.
Arithmia also departs from the party.
Wait, hold up, Earthmaya. Are you really gonna go after you got your ass kicked last time?
Nah, everything's all good. Besides, it was just a bit of a drunk rabble and such.
Really now?
For real.
I'll follow
Where are we going
You
to be
sure you're
staying?
still?
Oh, good point. Where are we staying?
As you guys stand there in utter silence.
That wasn't a rhetorical question. That was. Are we allowed to still stay in the state, or?
It's a good question.
Can we ask the NPC right away?
She's not here right now.
She walked off.
She walked off, yep. As you guys stand there trying to decide what to do, at the very top of the deck, Charles Marlowe reappears, kind of again in his more casual outfit. Well, I do bid you all a good journey, and looks at you guys from the top of the gangplank as some of the crewmen kind of offload cargo from the ship.
It was a pleasure
party.
aboard your ship, Captain.
It was a pleasure having you all, and he kind of tips his hat real quick and departs from the scene.
When at the party, is there a meeting place they have? Because I want to explore the city.
What happened?
Is there a meeting place I can meet at? Because I want to explore the city.
So I guess the only real meeting place we have right now is the front gate at 11. Forgot to end the festival is we're still need to decide where we're going to be staying tonight. What time is it, by the way?
Right now?
Yeah.
I would say it's probably somewhere in maybe like 2, 3
2, 3 what in the afternoon?
afternoon. Yeah.
So we find an inn.
So in terms, the city is relatively alive right now. You guys see some people moving to and fro. There's several. Since you guys are on the dock, there's a lot of excuse me. There's a lot of like ships passing by and going on, and there's like a lot of like sailors, people, talking amongst each other. There's like children running about. City stuff. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, does this city have like a taxi service?
Unfortunately, no.
Um,
That's a market that you could corner, man.
You can't can you actually ride a horse to accelerate time? Because I know that you definitely cannot like run with a horse.
There ain't no rental horse.
Yeah.
No, not rental, motherfucker. Like
Yeah, horses do help with traveling, but no, there's no like. Unfortunately, there's no. That's a market that you guys could corner, man.
Yeah, let me just invent the taxi real quick.
Yeah, there you go. But for the most part, no, the city's it's just all walking.
Rip, over.
But we can
What would you guys like to do?
try going to the estate and asking there.
You can always try.
Alright.
Hirsch says he wants to head to the market.
What's up?
Shouldn't we should probably secure an inn, a 9 inn.
Yeah, that's always. Yep, there are plenty of inns.
Also, how expensive is this town? Look, really, really.
You are currently in the Royal District right now. You're in the bougie part of town.
So, since we probably can't afford an inn in this part of town, you guys want to head to the market and find an inn there? Since we're gonna have to be near there anyway for the tomorrow morning.
Done. Best choice of action.
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna split off the party. I said I'll meet you in the market district.
All right.
I already split off, so.
All right. So for you,
Well, I'm telling the rest of them.
for you, Arithmia, what are you doing?
I'm heading towards the market district.
Okay, so you're heading towards the market district, and by this time, the guards have seen you a couple times, so they do allow you access. You do exit the inner market district into the outer market district. You find yourself in the long main road of the outer market district.
I'm actually gonna go bypass the market district and actually head towards the shanty towns.
Sure. Yeah. So you begin making your way to what I assume you're heading to.
My house.
In the meanwhile, the main party. What are you guys doing as Arithmia is traveling?
So I think Bliatov said he's splitting off, right?
Bliatov, you splitting off?
Yeah.
Alright, so where are you headed off to, Bliatov?
To the estate.
Alright, so Bliatov, you begin making your way to Riley's estate, which is not that far from this area, actually. It takes about maybe 20-30 minutes. Hold on, Please don't move your thing. This is how I keep track of where everyone is. Okay. We're heading over here somewhere, probably. And the rest. Okay. Okay. Alright, so you're heading to the estate. Eventually reaching the estate, where you're greeted by the familiar gate with a sprawling lawn that leads to the very nice, comfy house, essentially, or rather mansion, that is Riley's place of living.
Is there like a doorbell or a knock or something?
Not really, no. But you wait there for a moment or two, and eventually one of the servants spots you and walks up to you. Yes, you are.
Bliatov, probably Riley.
Oh, Bliatov, right. How may I help you?
I just wanna fucking go and grab something that I've left here before.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. You rolled a 9, he rolled an 11. Unfortunately, the volunteers are not home, and unfortunately, I can't allow that.
Maybe you can grab it instead and just hand it to me.
What exactly are you looking for?
It's a rod. It was in the guest bedroom's dressers, one of
A
them.
what?
A rod of
A
sorts.
And
Has a button on the end.
where was it located?
In one of the guest bedrooms. It's in the dresser.
We have several guest bedrooms. Do you know, perchance?
Would I remember which one?
Give me a history check. 11. I would say sure, yeah. You describe to him, or to the best of your abilities, describe to him where you left the immovable rod. And the servant nods and goes off on his way, and you wait there at the entrance. Back to the main party. What are you guys doing? So Maximus, Osas, Magnus, unfortunately not here, and Nicobolas. What are you guys doing?
I was gonna follow someone.
I'm just sticking together with the team actually.
So I wanted to do some shopping that I had left from last time. You guys wanted to tag along for that?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go with him.
Sure. What do you guys head to?
Can I head to the blacksmith?
Sure. You guys head over to Ridget's Raiment, which is down here. That's gonna take a while to head to.
Where's Ridget's Raiment?
Right here. You not see that?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so in the meanwhile, Arithmia, you make your way through the town as quick of a pace as you can, and eventually finding your way to where your residence is in the shantytown to the east. What would you like to do?
Well...
Before you is your almost like abandoned, decrepit house. Kind of, you don't live there anymore. Well, for the most part, you don't really live there, so your house kind of sits in squalor, unfortunately.
I gotta remember to clean up this place one of these days.
Go ahead.
I find an old that I kind of wanted to like.
You find a what?
I wanted to find this this one book.
Sure.
From my backstory, the childhood, the one that my dad had.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check to find it.
Yeah, and all this squalor. I guess I gotta clean up the damn place.
3. You do find it, but it takes you a little bit longer than expected, so we'll switch back to Bleetov. So, Bleetov, you wait there for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and eventually the servant comes back with the rod in hand. Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, yes.
Well, here you go, and he hands you the rod.
Thank you.
And you leave, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the main party. You guys do travel down the road, making your way through the gates separating the inner district versus the outer district, and make your way to Ridge's Raymond's. It's about like 4 o'clock in the day, so you see as you walk up, you see Ridget kind of taking a break. Maybe she looks like she might be taking a break, or she might be done for the day. Her furnace is cold, or it's out completely, and she's just there eating.
Excuse me.
Oh, I remember you. And she's kind of like finishes, scarfs down the loaf of bread that she was eating. How can I help you?
Alright, apologies. If you remember, I had asked you for javelin.
Right. Hold on, I'll be right back. And she kind of heads inside. It's like an open area and then like a building.
Yep.
So she heads inside, and she disappears for a moment, and it comes back out with the item that you requested.
Woohoo! So how much will that be?
I thought you paid already. Did you?
Is this DM talking?
It's been a while. I don't remember if you paid or if you did or didn't.
I did not pay.
Okay.
Whatchamacallit?
Okay.
She said she needed to tell me based on work and
right.
So it was an estimate based on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 second.
and I've been gone for like a month, so probably doesn't help.
1 second. Let's see how much it costs. So let's see. Where did I put this? Okay, you wanted what? What? Do you remember what you requested? What tier?
It was a javelin so that I could cast the javelin of returning spell on it.
Oh, right. Okay, so you need. I believe you needed. Damn, it's been a while. Hold on, give me a second. Let's try, I don't know. This is let's see. This is a. One second, I'm having difficulties finding what I'm looking for here. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
One
Nico, how are you Alded?
Truly beautiful city so far. At least this part is.
Osas, you're from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere we should go before heading out?
You see, I kind of wanted to just go to Master Pendragon's place to figure out what kind of magic items that he has. I have some cash on me, but well, gold on me, but like I'm not sure what I want to get. I was kind of hoping for a wand.
So I was talking more of like a tourist stuff for Nico, but okay.
Tourist stuff for Nico. You could definitely try and go to the port. It's busy, bustling. It's quite a view,
Oh.
and it's refreshing.
Right, I'm back.
Wait, when we just at a port?
What's up?
When we just at a port?
It's that way, and the character just points. I don't know.
Man, hold on 1 second. I'm having a little bit of difficulty over here.
Yeah, we're just role playing here.
Who are you talking to?
We're Nico saying how amazed he is at Alded.
Truly amazing.
And it's Osas's hometown.
Did you
but
write down what item quality you needed? Because I completely forgot. I remember mentioning the item quality, but I don't remember because there's 3 qualities that I.
Well, wait. Can you say all the qualities?
There's superior, exceptional, masterwork.
Masterwork.
I think it was exceptional, as far as I remember.
Was it exceptional?
I don't know, Jose. That's what I remember.
I have no clue. I never remembered to.
Pretty sure it was masterwork because you were like, oh wait, it needs to be an insanely
Masterwork is gonna run
weapon.
like a couple thousands of gold.
I don't know.
A couple thousands of gold for a javelin? What the?
Do you have at all the thingy?
Was this the Shed a Tear episode?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
I'm pretty sure it was. Alright. Let me check the episode.
So for in terms of roleplay, she returns empty-handed and looks at you, Maximus. Fortunately, I lost your order. Could you come back tomorrow, perhaps? I'll try to. It's been a while, unfortunately.
Alright, yeah. That,
Do come back tomorrow. Actually, no, tomorrow's the festival. You heard about the festival, right? I heard there's some adventurers who did some crazy things. That's what I was told.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, the festival seems pretty exciting.
Right.
Speaking of, we're planning on spending the night here for the festival. Do you know any good taverns or inns we can stay in nearby?
Well, here near the market district, you can go to. And she takes a moment to think while I pull up my notes. One second. You could try heading to the... she takes a moment to think. There is the Sapphire Fang, which is not too far from here. It should be a little east from here, I believe, if I remember correctly.
So it's Sapphire Fang.
Yes, the Sapphire Fang. It's definitely here in the market district, but I don't remember. You might want to ask around. It's been a while.
Sapphire Fangs. Also, what is your return policy?
Return policy?
What?
Return policy? I don't have one, unfortunately. What is that?
So if you remember last time I was here, I purchased a glaive from you. Unfortunately, I accidentally purchased the wrong one. I also needed one of improved quality for spell casting.
What quality is that weapon? Do you remember what quality?
The one I bought, the glaive I bought?
Yeah.
It was a regular one, because that was as soon as we bought the...
Okay, I gotta figure out what quality is needed, but she looks at you. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
You said a very expertly crafted one.
That's all I
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Ah,
Because
damn
you
it.
said you had the rules for it. That's the... And when I asked her about it, she said, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't remember you giving me an actual tier.
I can link you the part of the video.
What are you asking me to roll again? Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Did it go through?
Natural 1. She looks at you with brows furrowed. Unfortunately, I've never heard of a return policy before.
So, would you like to buy a glaive?
Sure. And she gives a bit of a smile.
I give her the brand new glaive that she gave me.
Sure. Okay, so let's pull up I gotta pull up my list of items over here.
What happened? Would you buy a glaive and then now you're selling it back?
Yeah, because I accidentally... It was before I realized what the rules were, so I bought the wrong glaive.
1 second. Okay, here, I found it. Here we go. So she takes the glaive and inspects it. This one looks a little familiar.
Which one? I don't see Vinny in my stuff.
I think you
Gone.
gave it to Osas.
No, I gave him back.
Oh, you gave it back to him? Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I thought we had like shared custody on the handouts.
1 second.
Oh man, I was heading back this entire time. How long?
Sure.
It's like,
1 second. There you go. There you go. She takes a look at the glaive and inspects it. Wait, is the glaive inside of Vinny?
Yeah.
Oof. How you gonna procure it?
Oh man, this cheap glaive. Can I just have it?
You can try. What do you want to try?
Let's start with
What do you tell Vinny?
Hey Vinny, can I get the glaive, please?
It's been a while since we talked, boss. No, I don't like the fact that you give me the cold shoulder.
What do you mean? I literally just got you 2 seconds ago.
Let's see, 1 second. I think I have. Oh, do I not have? Oh, 1 sec. Oh, hold on. There's some notes in here. Okay, what'd you roll?
On 11.
11. All right. So you try to persuade, and you know what? Consider this one on the house, and he spits out the glaive and lands squarely on the ground in front of you. And as it does, Richard kind of looks at you. What just happened?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Fine by me.
Long, complicated story.
All right. So what do? Glaive's on the ground.
Alright, I pick it up and hand it to...
You walk over. You pick it up. You pick up the glaive. And she, the whole time, she's kind of like staring at you, kind of in disbelief of what just happened.
That a glaive just flew out of my bag?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
She takes it, inspects it, gives you a look of confusion, and looks at the glaive again. And she tells you that she will buy the glaive at... She will buy it at 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, I don't try to haggle. It's fine.
Okay. So you receive 10 gold pieces and you lose the glaive.
Alright, cool.
Alright. She takes the glaive and sets it against one of her stations. Anything else I can help you with?
So this would be, I guess, side thing. I do still want that higher quality glaive. I just don't know what tier quality I want. So can we just say I ordered that too?
Sure.
And
It's
eventually
been a
we'll
while. I'm trying to.
We'll just get back to that later.
Sure.
Because I want a glaive +1 and a. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so do you tell her this?
So I'm ordering a glaive that I can enchant with a +1. So whatever quality that is, that's what I want.
Okay. Okay, so you tell her that you want a glaive of some sort of quality, right?
Yeah.
And she looks at you. Do you know what quality you're looking for, perhaps?
Oh, come on, Leon.
Because I don't. I understand you want an enchantment, and I believe for that.
She knew before.
You told her about this before, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how well of a weapon you want, and come back and tell me, and we'll work something out.
Okay, so I'm assuming eventually I'm going to make my way back to Pendragon and he'll know what quality I need?
Sure, hopefully.
Okay, alright.
Alright,
Alright,
so...
unless you guys, anyone else wants anything, I'm done. Thank you for...
Arithmaya, sorry, Bleetov, you got the rod, what do you do now?
I headed back to the left to meet up with the rest of the party.
To where?
I went to meet up with the rest of the party.
Sure, you ask around, you know, they're not hard to spot. Eventually you do find them. You catch them on the tail end of talking with Bridget as they're exiting from her workshop.
Alright, you guys gonna go to Pendragon's?
Yes.
Oh, good. I have a question my aunt to ask you.
Alright, so I guess main party has the Pendragons.
So back to Arithmaya. What are you doing?
Alright, got my book. I'm like,
Yeah, eventually you do find the book. It's dusty. It kind of smells like mold, but it's there.
Try and move myself to them.
Sure.
gotta meet up with that bitch. I met my boss. I go to, you know, that place.
Sure. You do make your way through the more shady portions of Alded. You know, talking to several people and going through several passages that are not quite accessible to the more layman people of Alded, and you do find yourselves in a particularly unsavory portion of Alded, and a more discreet portion of Alded. Before you is a very almost dilapidated version of the city, and not exactly on level with the rest of the city.
I'm like, back home. Well, time to find what's that bitch's name? Time to find the boss.
Alright, sure. You walk through the more unsavory characters of the city. There are several people lying out in the streets. You're not sure if they're dead, unconscious, or asleep. It could be any three. Maybe all three at the same time. You don't know. Eventually you do make your way through these characters, and eventually finding your way, thanks to the deal you have with them, you do find your way to her. And as you walk into her quarters, she's like sitting upon this kind of rudimentary kind of like throne. And as you enter, she beckons you in. Look what the cat dragged in today. So, what do you have for me?
Oh, this cat almost died, I'll tell you that much. Oh, and before I forget, I handed her cash I have
Sure.
in my pocket.
You have 0 gold now.
I have 0 plat, 0 gold, 0 silver.
Yep. How much are you giving her in total?
Well, let's see, that was 185 plat, 12
Jeez.
gold,
Ouch.
5 silver.
You do give
Damn,
her.
bro.
You give her you expend your coffers, and she takes it gladly. And one of her henchmen, you know, the large half-orc character, this guy has like darkened dreads and doesn't even wear a shirt, and you see him like tatted up. Grabs your spoils and brings it to her, the tiefling, and she smiles. It seems like your coin pouch is a bit heavy, don't you think?
Oh yeah, funny story. It's from that. It's from that last thing we had during
Right.
that last mission in Alded.
So, what can you tell me? What information do you have?
Oh, here's a good story. You know that time when I came back and you knocked me out and killed me before I played for my life?
I remember.
Yeah. So after all of that, we actually decided to go to the city of Wiham.
Oh, Wiham, the city of
Yeah.
goody
Yeah, that
two
place
shoes.
Yeah, that place is such a bore. But here's the best part. Apparently we were transporting a very, very particularly powerful magical item.
Oh, that's interesting.
Think of it this way: it was so magical. I touched one of my comrades touched it, and
Oh, motherfucking
got hit.
switch.
he got hit hard.
And you see, at this point, she kind of like leans over on the right hand side of the of her dilapidated throne and kind of crosses her legs. You see her kind of leaning on one hand right now. Yes, that is quite interesting. Any more useful information that I could use?
Unfortunately, because of a little setback we had during that trip, I never really did much except complete 2 contracts from their Hunters Guild.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get compensated for it. We fucked up on the contract.
There's no surprise there with Maya.
Wow. Why did it play me like that?
Why gotta do me like that? And tell
But
me
yeah.
anything else? Your information is not all that useful to me.
Honestly, I mean, aside from... Well, the problem is, in terms of information that will actually, like, you know, benefit you,
Go
there
on.
was really none, to be exact.
Alright, well,
Oh, I mean, the best part was about the horn, which I don't know if you have any contacts there, but that is such a long
the horn is
distance.
not unless someone wants it. Explicitly, I
Think-
care not for
well,
it.
Well, think of it this way: if you were to sell it to an indie, if you were to sell it, you could fetch a high price for that.
If someone were to want it, Maya. Unfortunately, I know not of anyone who wants that horn. At least, not yet. Perhaps that information will be useful to me in the future, however, as of right now, it is idle information.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know just in case.
Also, I heard there was a little festival being held in your honor tomorrow. How adorable.
I heard that I really want to kill myself. I never expected a goddamn festival.
Please, if you will, for my sake and yours, keep yourself in good standing with the upper echelons of this city.
Of course.
That will prove quite useful to me now.
Of course. Of course.
My time is important. Please, if you will.
Of course.
Your donation
I'll take
is,
my
however,
leave then.
appreciated, Earthmine. You see you kind of lean into the chair. Or rather,
Yeah.
this throne of hers.
Yeah, just to keep myself alive. Well, later, boss.
And
And
as you leave,
Oh.
you can hear her henchman, the half-orc, kind of jingling the pouch, and you hear a laugh as you separate from the scene. So, back to the main party. What would you guys like to do?
People who wanted to go to Pendragon's.
I am down.
So, what do you want to do? That's what I was asking.
So can I go if I have enough time to travel and basically?
At this point, the sun is beginning to set. It's beginning to crest over the horizon. So it's about like 5 or 6. It's starting to become nighttime. You guys
And also-
notice that some of the businesses around you are beginning to close shop.
Also, I gotta check if I have the thingy, if I have the card for Pendragon.
That's true.
I mean, I have the handout, but I don't know if I have the card.
Do you have it written down in your inventory?
No, that's the problem.
I don't remember who had the card last, so I can't say as to who has it.
What?
The Pendragon's card.
You had it. Just Pendragon, read that in and get it back to you.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
I just watched that part.
Wow.
Oh,
You actually did that research.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do?
I'm going to Pendragon's.
Okay. Osas begins to depart from the party, unless you guys want to follow. And
I'm following Osas.
okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the main party begins heading over to where Pendragon is. You guys take about the better part of 30-40 minutes walking through the town, or rather the city, and eventually making your way to the humble abode, or what appears to be the abode of Master Pendragon.
Wait, is Crush with you guys?
He hasn't talked. I don't even. Is he still here?
He's been
with us?
typing.
Oh,
He's been typing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I haven't. Why is he? I highly suggest you get on mic, Andrew, because I'm not reading the chat. Unfortunately.
I
So.
think he can't talk at this time.
I see.
Oh god.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
So, okay, so you guys begin heading over to Pendragon's abode.
Can you give me 5 minutes? I need to pick up something from the door.
Sure. I gotta look something up real quick.
Look.
Something, blah blah blah. Succeed. So as you guys approach, does anyone want to, so we'll head back to Earth Maya. You finish up your business with the Shrouded. What do you do?
Alright, now I'm like thinking, where would my group be going? Probably resupply, so I'm gonna go back to the marketplace.
Alright, so you make your way, taking about 30-40 minutes to, your way around the city. This is where you grew up, so every single, back alley and every little shortcut, cutting your time about maybe like 5-10 minutes. So you end up in the main street in about like 30 minutes or so, half an hour, and you do find yourself on the main market street.
Alright, now consider it. Now I really think hard about my group. Like, what kind of shop these guys be going to?
Stop trying to rationalize your metagame because you can do something.
I'm trying not to do it at the same time. Like, I'm pretty sure they went to the general store for that potions. Yeah, let's go to the general store.
Hello.
General store?
Yeah.
What general store?
Oh wait, there's no general store in the marketplace?
Yeah, but this market street is like littered with stores, but none that you've gone to sells potions per se.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
you're talking about the stores? Hello.
Yeah, well, you're with their party. I'm like by myself. I'm like.
No, I know, but I might have the name of the store.
I mean, I wouldn't know.
No.
I didn't shop as much as you guys did, so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I can't think this one. I'm gonna ask around, see if they saw like
Bunch of weirdos
yeah.
walking around.
Wow.
So I'm like asking around people. Have you seen a group that includes 2 Dragonborn in them?
Sure. Easy enough. You guys have gained a bit of notoriety, especially within the city. And it's not that hard to spot out 2 Dragonborns walking out in the crowd, so you do. Without requiring a check, you do ask around successfully, and they tell you that they headed into the western portion of the market district. But that's about it.
Alright, well, I'll start heading in that direction.
Sure. Back to the main party. You guys are literally in front of Master Pendragon's house.
What's else?
Okay. So I flash the card,
Okay.
knock 3 times, and I try to open the door after.
Try to open the door, and as you open it, it's empty.
I flash the card,
Mm-hmm.
knock 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing? Call for Master Pendragon and go in.
You do all those actions in sequential order. Open the door, and then the entire place is bare. It's just
What am I
floor,
missing?
walls, windows. That's it.
What am I missing?
That card has an expiration date.
What does the card look like?
It seems like Pendragon's not answering your
Is the-
call.
Is the card blue?
You take a look at the card, and it has not changed.
I want to ask him, do you need help opening the door by any chance?
Yeah. So this person is actually an archmage, and his house, well, it teleports. So in order to get access to his house, you have to do certain specific stuff to get inside.
Can I try knocking?
Sure.
So what is it?
Well, I think
let
it was.
me try a knock. And
So,
I give
you
it
knock.
a knock. No, I give it knock.
You give it knock.
Oh, that's a
The
spell.
spell.
Oh, knock. The spell.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's take
That's
a
a
look.
spell?
Let's
Let me
see your
try
spell. Knock. So go ahead and minus. You're probably gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. Choose an object you see within range. Blah blah blah. A target that is held shut by mundane lock becomes unlocked. The door is not locked.
Or magical means that prevents access. Thing.
The door is completely accessible.
Oh,
The door is not locked.
Oh, I figured. Alright.
So Nicobolas, you concentrate on your magic and you disperse a bit of your magic into the door, and using your
Also,
knock
it-
spell, you unlock an unlocked door.
Also, it can be heard as far as 300 feet away.
Sure.
So people are like, what?
Yeah, sure. As you do so, you see some like thoroughfare kind of like looking around and kind of shrug and.
I hear it. I'm like, oh.
That also lets
That's a-
someone know where we are.
Yeah, right. You just did it just to open.
Anyway. Yeah, why don't you let Nicobolas try with the card? You're not really an arcane mage, so maybe he'll have more luck.
Yeah, so I tell him that you flash the card, you knock 3 times, and then you get inside. So I tell him to do that.
Okay. Flash the car. Knock
Flash
3
the
times,
card,
open
knock
the
3
door,
times.
and walk in.
Open the door. It's empty.
Completely empty.
Completely empty. All you see
Alright,
is
that-
a somewhat dusty floor.
I'm gonna close the door. Knock and do it
Close the
from,
door.
from the other end. From
So
the other-
you're
I'm on
in the inside.
Yeah.
You guys watch Nicobolas walk in, and then open the door from the other side.
That was a great idea, giving him the card.
It appears as though something Pendragon's not coming.
Yo, yo.
Is
but
it
it's not
something
like-
that we're doing the wrong way, or
Huh?
hold on?
You guys are taking forever. I might catch up with you guys.
Would your friend be captured or something?
Pendragon's card. This is
As
Oh,
Osas looks furiously at the card, to no avail. Is there anything else the party would like to do? Oh, and Arithma, I would say by this time you eventually walk. After asking around multiple times, you eventually find the party.
So what the hell are you guys doing?
Good question.
Pendragon, no answer.
Oh, you guys are in Pendragon. Wait, how the hell did you guys did it in the first place? I know there was a car involved and knock-in. You done all that?
Yep, he's just not answering. He's dead.
Maybe he's asleep?
Oh,
He
it's empty.
was on multiple occasions caught sleeping.
Yeah, he's usually asleep. And there's also his daughter, whoever that woman is.
His daughter
His daughter.
granddaughter could probably kick our asses, but still, like,
The one who looks like Hermione.
Did you guys turn the card? By any chance?
At this point, like Osas has the card in like both hands, like staring at it furiously.
Yo, Osas.
Is there anything
turn-
different on the card?
Yo, Osas, how about you turn the card, show the card, then knock?
What? Okay, I turned the card, show the card,
One
and
bullet.
knock 3 times, and I do it.
Sure,
Go
knock 3
inside.
times. Open the door,
It's empty.
and it's empty.
Still
Have
empty,
you,
huh?
have you tried putting it on one bow?
When in
Well,
doubt, let's.
Don't strike!
When in
That's
doubt,
my lucky day! So I leave. Fuck it.
In a bit of a haste, Osas leaves.
Wow, Osas got pissed, huh?
No. Let's not waste time here. Fuck it.
Who's usually the one that opens the door?
Osas.
Osas, right? Hmm.
I'm telling you, man. Pendragon's just dead. That's it.
He's dead.
He ain't. Hmm.
He just died of old age.
Okay. I'm not gonna metagame. I'm just curious. Outside of game, I did the right thing, right? To the rest of the party.
I wouldn't know, to be honest. I'm
I
barely.
think so. I'm pretty sure you did.
Think so.
You're just not answering.
Okay.
You gotta go back to
When Bay
previous
doesn't
episodes.
answer your DMs.
Open up your old man.
Wait, is the card still, was it blue?
That's a good question.
Oh shit.
Is the card blue?
You check the back of the
Yo,
card,
Alex.
and it is a very, very dull gray.
Uh-oh. Did we forget to activate it when we
No, we did. Last time we did.
Fuck!
We activated it, and
Wait.
then he,
Activate? What the hell do you mean I activate?
after you use it, you have to ask Pendragon to redo it. We did that last time, and then well,
Wait, so is one of us bad?
Are we?
Wait, what do you mean?
Are we
What do
the
you mean?
bad guys?
Alright. Wait, Nico, come with me.
All right.
You guys, try again.
Oh my god. Wait, you think he goes to source of all these problems?
Well, only people who are known are supposed to get in, right? So,
Yeah, if you guys remember, he doesn't do dealings with people of questionable morals.
Morals are nice.
My morals are questionable.
That is true, actually.
Oh wait, you're right.
Earthmite, you come with me too.
Wait, but I was present and it still went through. That's the problem.
Alright, so what do you guys
Wait.
do?
Well, I did bad thing, but then again I kind of
You did
fixed
bad things
myself.
after the part.
Then I fixed myself. Shit,
No,
my
you-
gods forgave me. What the fuck?
Yo, when your lord forgives you.
Alright.
Alright, take Nicobolas out of the picture. Now go ahead, Osas.
Alright. I do the same thing.
Sure. You do the same thing.
I tell Nicobolas, be gone from me! And then come back again.
Sure, you tell the same thing. Open the door, and it is empty.
God damn it.
Okay, now let me leave.
Oh god. Oh yeah,
walk away.
I shout from a distance. Now do it!
Can you hear me now? Sure. So
Wait,
with
first check if the card is blue. Don't just keep trying it. If the card's not blue, it's not gonna work.
Is the card blue?
it is
Back
a
up.
gray. Card back is gray.
alright, we'll start walking away. I walk away.
Everyone walks away.
Is the card blue?
It is gray.
The card is fucking. Let's go.
Alright.
Hello, I am here to troubleshoot your magic card.
Wait, is
Did
is
you
there-
try turning the card off and back on?
Wait. When the hell did he become Indian, bro?
Is there arcane tech support?
That's another market that you can corner.
Arcane tech support. What the fuck?
I am Arcandel.
Arcane. Arcane down, man.
There you go. I'm telling you, that's another market that you can corner.
Alright, do you guys want to head to Sapphire Fangs?
Sure.
What?
Alright.
Wait, what?
So, unfortunately, it seems like Pendragon's not heeding to your call. So you guys are heading to the Sapphire Fang, an inn that you guys haven't really heard of, but Ridget recommends it apparently. So you guys head a bit eastward, a little bit further into the market district, but not quite into the shantytown district. After asking around, eventually you guys do find the inn, the Sapphire Fang, which it does have a sign outside, like one of those, those foldable signs outside of a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Placed in front of that is the is a sign that says the Sapphire Inn, and it has a very quick menu that that they have, that being boiled eggs, dried carrots, steamed duck, all this kind of stuff essentially. Oh, and of course booze, right?
You know where I'm
And the
going.
door is currently.
Oh, wait.
The sun is currently waning. It's starting to get a little dark. There's a bit of activity. The outside description of the of this inn. It's a 2-story building made of both timber and brick, used to make the structure, of course. Yeah, that's about it. And of course, it's located in the outer market district, to the more eastern portion. Let's actually put a point of interest on the map.
Oh my god, the point of interest.
We'll say it's
22% of the map complete, guys.
we'll say it's over, I don't know, here-ish maybe.
Wait, right here?
We'll say, actually no, it'll be part of this side street up here, this horizontal side street. One second, let's
see it.
let's move this over. Maybe here-ish is good. Yeah, that's good. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, Sapphire Fang.
Needs a name tag.
Huh?
Needs a name tag.
Yeah. So, you guys are right outside the inn. What would you guys like to do?
I see that there's booze. I
Nice.
look happy, but I'm like, oh. Never mind.
Okay. So, I'm assuming you guys walk into this inn like all people who want to go to an inn do. As you guys walk in, it's a relatively rowdy night. You guys hear mentions of the festival tomorrow, and there's like a mood of exuberance and excitement. Seems like the festival is not something that really happens often. So they're pretty excited. And so as you guys enter, inside it's a bit kind of like basic wood structure. The windows are kind of like with like a crisscross lattice going on. Several patrons in here. Some of them are rowdy, some of them are kind of like keeping to themselves. And at the bar, kind of just standing there, arms crossed, and talking with a patron who's sitting at the bar itself, is what appears to be someone in charge, kind of wearing an apron.
It's Archmage Pendragon.
Yo, he's no longer selling shit. He's a bartender now.
He's selling beer.
Hard times.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Boy,
There's open tables, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go sit down.
Sure.
And probably read that.
You
oldie
go
ass book
down.
I have.
And you sit at one of the tables, and you sit, I guess. There's
Read
not
that
much more.
moldy ass book.
You open up the book and you read the contents.
I would like one moonshiner, please.
So also, as you go up and ask for a drink.
Mhm.
Yes, welcome to the Sapphire Fang. Yeah, excuse me for one moment. He kind of excused himself from the conversation that he was having. How can I, moonshiner? I'm not entirely sure what that is. However, we do have a couple specials, and he points up to the kind of like a board behind him that has all. So there's like 3 of their specials. The first one, boiled eggs, dried carrot, and a tankard of beer, 10 copper. Number 2, steamed duck and dried plum in a glass of brandy, 2 silver pieces. The final one is roasted crab and soft cheese with a glass of cider, 2 silver pieces.
I like the crabs. I'll take the crabs.
All right, then, if you just give me a moment. And he heads back for a moment, and as he heads back,
Oh,
I
God damn it.
will grab some more music, because apparently it ran out.
Uh,
All right,
so, quick question.
Mhm.
What was the conversion? Is it times 10 all
10.
of them?
10, 10, 10.
Okay. Fuck.
10, 10,
Holy
10,
sh-
10.
A moment passes, and eventually, the what appeared to be the barkeep slash the person in charge here comes back out with this nice steamy plate of an assortment of crabs and glass of cider in one hand, and there's all accompanied with the crabs itself is the second item, which was cheese. So he lays it in front of you. That'll be 2 silver pieces.
Thank you.
Man, I'm getting hungry
And-
describing this food, man.
Sorry?
I'm getting hungry. Go ahead.
Quack,
Okay,
quack.
sorry. I'll take 5 more.
5. All right, I'll be right back then. And he disappears for a moment. And after 10, 20 minutes pass, he eventually comes back out with the same order times 5 or 6 technically, right? No, wait, times 5, yeah.
So, anybody from our group sitting next to me?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be sitting next to you.
So
Okay, so I give.
that'll be
one
a gold
each
piece
to-
and two silver pieces.
a gold piece and 2 silver pieces. Okay.
Yes.
6. Okay.
So laid out in front of
no.
laid out in front of you guys is 6 times over. Excuse me. Plate of roasted crab with an assortment of cheeses and a tankard of cider.
All right, I grab 2 plates and bring it to the table with mine.
Okay. So Maximus takes a plate with a tankard, and so Magnus does the same as well. I'm guessing that all of you do the same as well. Just for sake of simplicity, you guys gather around on an open table, and you guys have like a mini feast in front of you, essentially.
Yes.
And I'm getting hungry describing this food, man. It
So,
actually
well-
sounds really tasty.
Well, I'm gonna ask the party. Are you guys okay staying here the night?
We.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That's
so
good.
I'm gonna go back up to the barkeep and ask him if he has rooms available.
You walk up to the somewhat tall, somewhat kind of like elvish descent person, and he's tried to recontinue the conversation he was having with the patron that was sitting in the bar, and you come up to him again. Sorry. Right, how can I help you?
I'm sorry to keep interrupting you.
no,
but
it's
do you have
fine.
any room?
Rooms. Oh, 1 second. He pulls out this book and starts flipping through it. You see, there's a festival tomorrow, so there's actually quite a few people coming in from other cities. So, fortunately, we do have 2 rooms available.
Can I ask how much per room?
For 2 rooms, that'll be about 1 gold piece.
And each room is. Oh, sorry.
Wait, 1 gold piece each, or
One for the 2.
And yeah. So I guess I'll get the 2 rooms.
All right. And he begins to scribble down real quick. That'll be 1 gold piece, please.
Okay, here you go.
So minus 1 gold piece as he takes it and puts it on the counter and stows the book away. All right. Well, he begins to reach for something and procures 2 keys, each of them with like a emblazoned on them are numbers.
All right, so I guess I'll take the keys.
You take the keys.
And I'm also gonna ask, what is the stiffest drink you have?
We only have what's on the menu: beer, brandy, and cider.
Yeah, that would be brandy.
Would you like?
Right. Is brandy? Would brandy be the stiffest one?
That would be, yes. Yes.
All right. So can I get a round of brandy for that table there?
A round of brandy would come up to be, and he takes a moment to think. A 5 silver piece should do. Hold on, my mom's coming. She's not gonna stop. Give me like a minute.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Come in,
6,
boys.
7,
That brandy's free.
12, 11,
5 seconds. money back guarantee.
No, he
He's
doesn't
not back
come
in
back.
15 minutes. We're legally allowed to leave.
I was gonna say that, me too.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh wait, go back.
Okay, so how much did he ask you for?
5 silver.
Oh yeah, go ahead, minus 5
Nothing.
silver.
A copper.
Are you done?
So he gives you 6 tankards at 5 silver pieces for the total. Yeah. So you now have 6 tankards worth of brandy, and everyone has cider as well.
All right.
Wait,
bring it
bro.
over.
This is,
Sure, you
sorry.
take it over.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Kind of a fundamental question.
Sure.
So there's copper, silver.
It's 10
gold.
rules of 10. Rules of 10.
I know, but there's one that's in the middle. It's EP. What the hell
You
is
don't
EP?
use that. You don't use that.
Oh, good. Okay.
Alright, so Maximus comes back with a kind of manhandling this flock of tankards essentially.
And I'm like, let me help you.
Sure. Also, as you help the Dragonborn. And everyone has a meal and 2 drinks.
Hey, thank you.
So, for the sake of simplicity, you guys chow down, and it is fantastic. Man, I'm getting hungry myself. But yeah, you guys end up finishing your meal. Would you guys like to do anything else?
Question out of the game.
Sure.
Would the rooms be big enough for all these big ass dudes?
Sure. I mean, you
or-
guys camped inside of a cave, right?
Yeah.
We have sleeping bags, so
Yeah.
beds aren't a problem.
So, according
This is
to
space.
the tavern keep, because of the
sleep on the ceiling.
festival tomorrow, most of the rooms are booked.
Okay. I mean, as long as we can fit in two rooms. Holy hell yeah.
All right, so I guess you guys are calling it a day.
Yep.
So you guys get into your rooms and sleep the night. So we have been playing for 3 hours. Would you guys like to cut it here, or would you guys like to
Hell no.
continue?
Um,
I'll let you guys decide.
Okay, I'm back.
we should probably cut it because I don't want to start the festival and have to leave halfway.
Okay. All right. So you guys rest inside your respective rooms. And
Okay.
I guess we'll end it here.
Wait, what? I'm in a room?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all.
You had dinner, drinks, and you guys are now sleeping.
Yeah, don't
All
worry.
for-
Don't worry
all
this time.
All free?
Not free. You guys paid for it.
Well, I was all saying Max was paid for rounds.
You are dirt broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Your stuff got paid for. Others.
Oh,
So,
mine's still got paid for? Okay, got
Oh,
it.
speaking of which, can I just distribute the gold before I forget?
Yeah, sure. You can do that now. But yeah, that'll wrap up this session for this week.
Where are you distributing it to?
I mean,
Alright,
I don't
so let me just end the session here, guys, and click. We'll see you guys next week, of course.